You! I am not letting you shoot me!
Yeah.
Absolutely not!
Hard
I
fucking
don't
no.
care!
Yeah. Well, no, that's how they train, though. They're
That's
some of the best fucking marksmen in the world.
Horrifying.
They're Russians. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Great.
Dude, the Russian snipers, you want to steer the fuck clear from them.
All right, let's do this.
Let's
do it.
And just like a red, white, and blue phoenix rising from the ashes of political bipartisanship, we are back to Salt of the Streets podcast.
This is Saturday, August 7th, 2:02 p.m. Maybe an episode, maybe not. Who knows?
We don't know
Matt
yet.
Neal's here. That's all that matters.
Hi.
All right.
Guten Tag.
So welcome back, everybody, to the Salt of the Streets podcast, your one and only source for the social and political commentary. It's all the weekly news, pop culture, and sports that you can handle. It's all built from the ground up for people like you and me, the everyday normal person. So come down and join us as we discuss life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and continue our endless endeavor to bridge the gap between people and information. Not too bad after 6 weeks off,
No.
flying blind. I will take it. And like Donovan just said, we are joined today by none other than the great and powerful Papa Neal.
Hey, everyone.
Shout
how
out
are
Papa Neal. So, I don't know
You're
if
calling.
I'm calling.
And I'm Donovan.
Dude,
And I'm
yeah,
Papa
6
Neal.
weeks, bro. That's
no.
where it is.
Well, usually we introduce us and not the
Yes.
guest, so it's
Yeah.
okay. It's been a while. It's been a while.
And we're in the new studio.
We have a new
So
setup.
I am producing my ass off right now.
Yes.
Because we don't have the joint cam like we usually do.
Oh.
So every time somebody talks, I got to be like, Don cam, Neil cam,
What up?
Colin cam.
It's
pretty
not
dope.
bad, though. It looks good.
It
I'm
does
a
look
big
good.
fan
I
of
feel
this.
like it's going
Yeah.
to be a more personal deal. It's going
Oh,
to be fun.
absolutely.
And so,
That's good whiskey.
like we kind of alluded to earlier, this isn't going to be like a normal show. We're just going to be real. We're going to play it real loose and fast, real fast and
nice.
loose.
Pretty
We're
much a
gonna get-
Matt Neal interview.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to live fast and hard.
Yes.
Our words.
There we go.
So it'll be good.
What is it? It's live fast, die young, and leave a pretty corpse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Stanley Hudson. Exactly.
Is that Stanley? Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Stanley Hudson.
Oh,
Who's
he's from
Stanley
The
Hudson?
The Office. The
Yeah.
black guy from The Office.
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's one of my favorite characters because he's just fucking real.
He's
He
so
doesn't
underrated.
mess with,
Yeah, he's like
such
the greatest.
he's a G. He's just a real character.
Yes.
He's
I'm a
like,
huge
I
fan.
get up and go to work every day, and I hate it, and I'm just waiting for my retirement, and I
Present
just
day.
want a free lunch when I go to jury duty.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid to sit in the AC. Like, this guy is just real.
I love it. The
Yeah.
Office is fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
it's a
I
great
think
series.
we should probably start off today by discussing why you are here with us
there's
this week.
a
'cause
very
I
special
think
reason I'm out here.
I think it's very important to say, like,
Pertinent.
you flew, what is it, like 2,000 miles, whatever it is, across the
Well,
country.
I
I don't know
know.
what it is.
From
I
Rhode
couldn't tell
Island.
you.
It's from Rhode Island
Yes.
all the way out here, and you're here for like 2.5-ish days.
Pretty much,
Leaving
yeah.
first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've been
Are
going
you
hard.
serious?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I know.
Yeah, I know. You know what? We're just crazy. Us Neil folk are crazy. We do whatever we have to do to get the job done. And
Get the
Oh,
you know,
job
I
done.
Right,
had to
man.
come talk to this guy in person. I couldn't ask this over the phone or over Skype.
Yeah. What are
But,
what are we
so
doing here?
I asked Colin to be the best man at my wedding.
That's why you came
Yes.
here?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's-
and,
That's how important
Yeah.
I am.
We own
That's
a
all I'm
business
saying.
together. You're a better friend than I am. That is. I'm impressed. You said yes,
Thank
right?
you.
Oh, hard yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
And
What if you would have said no?
I would have been like, well, give me that fucking horn. I'm going, no,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I'm going over that, and
Yeah.
I'm engraving someone else's name in that fucking horn,
Like,
you piece
sorry,
of shit.
dude,
Yeah.
not happening.
That's
No, I'm
hilarious.
actually also asking my old boss and mentor tomorrow to be a groomsman at my wedding as well. He lives, I think, a little bit eastward of Seattle. I forget.
What's his name?
Andrew,
Andrew. What business does he work for?
the United States Coast Guard.
Oh, okay.
Still
Hot
active
dog.
duty, yeah.
That's
so-
right. Yeah, because he's a chief now.
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
a chief gunner's mate. So I was a gunner's mate 3rd class when I was in, and absolutely loved that job. Drew taught me so much stuff. Really, just incredible guy, just like yourself. You know.
I feel like I remember him.
Yeah,
could
he
probably
was he
picture
was
him.
out on Long Island. So
Yeah.
you might have, because that's where we met, was Coast Guard Station.
You're
Fire
offering
Island.
up too much information. Let me ask
I know.
questions, man.
Oh no, I'm like
Let me
an open
ask
book.
questions,
All
Matt
right,
Neal.
get some questions.
Yeah.
Fire them off.
No, that's
Fire
okay.
away.
How easy is it to get time off in the military? It seems like it would be
depends.
difficult.
It depends with what your detail is. If you're at a
What
small
your
boat
particular
station,
job
it
is.
might be a little bit easier. If you're on a boat, obviously that's harder because you have to coincide with when your boat's in port and when it's out at sea and all that stuff. Like,
Right.
but if you're at like certain land units and stuff, I think he's does recruiting now. So it might be a bit
Relatively easy.
relatively, it's
Yeah.
more of an office job, so I think it's a bit easier to get leave from the Coast Guard. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
That's kind of funny because there's only a couple people in the Coast Guard that are still there now that I am in contact with.
Yeah.
And they're all towards the end of their careers at this point.
Oh yeah, no.
And they're all fucking recruiters now.
It kind of seems
Yeah.
like that's where it goes.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, like that seems
You know what though?
like
If I was on my
you're not gonna stay in your
Twilight
job.
tour, I'd
Mhm.
want it to be a recruiting gig because I'd be, you just did fucking like 20 plus years
Right.
of military service.
Trying
Like
to
you
chill.
kind of want a little bit of downtime,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm trying to
And,
set the rest of my
you know,
life
like
up.
him and his wife, they've got a family going now. I think she just gave birth, is what he was saying. So
Hot
like
dog.
to another son. So he,
shout
he
out
wants
Drewski.
to. I'm sure he wants to be there for his kids and his wife. And I don't blame him at all for
Right.
that. That's what I'd want to do. I'd want to be there and hanging around.
how
So,
often do Coast Guard people deploy, like to another country or something, on like a,
It's very rare.
okay, it's gotta be like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Well,
Yeah.
so during the Iraq War,
Because obviously the Coast Guard is in the water.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like, what the fuck are you gonna do
We
if
waterboard,
it's
bro.
Yeah.
if it's not a naval? You just waterboard. We just hold down the facilities. We carry the buckets
Yeah.
back and forth from the ocean.
but
That's
no,
hilarious.
it's actually funny you mention that because I wanted to go.
And
I wanted to go to Bahrain. I wanted to go deploy to Bahrain.
Yep.
Which
I tried
Bahrain,
for years.
Bahrain is like a little coastal country in
Yes.
the middle in the western half of the Middle East, and it shares like the kind of same waters as the southernmost tip of Iraq, which is the only point where it actually touches water.
Okay.
So in the Coast Guard, you go deploy to Bahrain, and you'd go patrol these waters on like a small 87-foot or 110-foot cutter.
Small.
Mostly running, what the fuck do you call it? You would run security, so they'd be like looking for snipers, explosives, shit like that.
Okay.
So, maritime security for that port.
But it's a relatively difficult detail to get on because there just isn't that many people doing it.
Yeah,
That makes
exactly.
sense.
And then not only that, but you have to have like the right dental. Like my dental class, I was a dental class 4, which is kind of
Dental
embarrassing.
class, you said?
Yeah, so that means I needed like surgery for my teeth and all that.
You
shit.
have to have a certain dental class to get
Yeah.
the job to be
Yeah.
in Bahrain.
You got to be like
For what?
cream of the fucking
Yeah,
crop.
you need to be tippity top.
Because
they
we're
only,
talking,
I think
like-
they only send over like 1,000 people at a
Yeah.
time, if that.
And everybody's trying to get that job.
Yeah,
And
because
so
you
like
get
you got to have a
priority.
So
perfect
they don't
medical
get down to your
condition.
fucking
Yeah.
mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, right down
Mouth
to
is
your
big,
fucking
bro.
teeth.
Fucked
yeah.
in the mouth, literally.
Yeah.
Fucked in the mouth.
Yeah.
That is.
Like I pretty much basically got to just go fuck myself when I realized that I wasn't
That
gonna be able to go.
is.
Yeah.
What's
It's
wrong
like
with
you
your
felt-
mouth that you can't
Well,
go?
so I had so many cavities.
Oh,
I probably have like 5 fake teeth.
it's too much
I have
candy.
2
is
gold
that
teeth.
your-
I got 2 gold ones.
What's your downfall? Why do you have so many cavities? Have you had to
I
draw
think
to
it's
something?
just hereditary, and then also
Root
I
beer.
used to drink and
Root beer.
drink
Soda?
drink and eat candy and root beer and
Okay.
sugar and all that shit, and it's just don't do that, kids. It'll fuck your mouth up.
Candy was
Yeah.
always my big challenge.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
at this point, I almost just don't eat candy
Yeah,
because if I
same.
start eating candy,
Yes.
I'll just go down
No,
all
like
fucking.
the past couple months, I've cut out all sugars and
Yeah.
stuff to just try and lose weight and get into a healthier body. And
What's your favorite candy?
Fuck, I would have to say
Give me 2 or 3. If you can't pick one, give me
Taffy.
2 or 3. Oh,
Taffy is my
okay.
number 1 favorite. I love
Laffy Taffy, or do you
Yes.
need like saltwater taffy?
Doesn't matter.
Just any type of
Just
taffy. That's
taffy.
very interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
Taffy's money.
I love banana taffy too. I love banana flavor candy, but I fucking hate actual bananas.
I feel like banana flavor is almost nothing compared to a real banana.
Well, so they're
Yeah, you
actually
know, it's
different.
like-
They're
it's
actually
very
different.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like banana runs are not a banana.
Well,
or
no,
a banana
so-
Laffy Taffy
yeah.
is
Yeah.
very different than a real
Yeah.
banana.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, so it's funny in the fact that like they taste different because the flavors from an old type of banana. I forget the name of it. It's like
OG
it's a
banana.
Gros Michel. That's what they
Okay.
call it. And now all we eat are Cavendish
Yeah.
because it's a single strain. I watched a whole documentary about like this whole
Bananas.
tropical race
Dude.
virus that the banana
Oh,
plants
yeah.
are in
Well, bananas.
experiencing.
I mean, as far as like, certainly at least as far as Hawaii goes, right? There was like a whole deal
Oh,
over
yeah.
bananas. The Dole company, like,
Yeah.
it was a whole
Oh yeah.
deal of Dole and that company like choosing leaders of countries and like
Yep.
setting legislation, and like it was a very weird.
They
literal
had some
banana republics, like
hardcore
that's where the term comes
geopolitical like pull.
Dude,
Yeah.
And it's so weird
A
because
fucking banana
I went down this hill.
jeez.
I went down this rabbit hole.
That's bananas. That shit's bananas, guys.
It's like I feel
banana industrial complex.
yes, there's a banana industrial complex.
And if
There
you-
was
if
like
you don't pay your
I want to
dues.
say it was like an old Bourdain episode or something I had watched one time when
Ooh,
I first heard
nice.
about it. And yeah,
Anthony
it seems
Bourdain's
really
good.
weird to say, but you got to find yourself some banana documentaries
Yes.
because the current state of bananas,
Oh yeah.
it's bananas, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to what it was.
It's
Like
almost
the-
like a fucking drug cartel.
It is.
Yeah.
It's almost like a fucking drug cartel. And
It
they're bananas.
definitely is.
They're bananas. You eat them, you mash them up for babies. Like
Bananas. Make
Like,
banana.
bananas,
making
like
banana
the
pancakes,
secret
bro.
Fucking
Banana
fruit.
pancakes. I had
Yeah.
pancakes this morning. So that's this morning. I made a whole breakfast
Oh,
for
shit.
the boy and I. Right, Jordan's on that weird
Nice.
diet, so she's only eating so much stuff. But Dax and I had chocolate chip pancakes, and we had some sausages, and we had some bacon.
Ooh, shit.
We had some blueberries. I ate my whole. I take it relatively light during breakfast. I ate
Yep.
2 pancakes, 3 pieces of bacon, 3 sausages. I ate my whole fucking breakfast, and then I sat back and I drank my coffee, and I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm pretty
I'm
sure
gonna
I'm
die
gonna
now.
die. Yeah, dude, no.
One of my favorite breakfasts of all time is buttered toast, scrambled eggs, 3 pieces of bacon, and either a ginger ale or a chocolate milk.
A ginger ale or a chocolate milk.
'Cause,
What
you
an
know,
odd.
The ginger ale
choice.
actually like helps your stomach
Certainly,
settle.
certainly.
You know, you're like, oh my tummy.
Chocolate milk is it though? Do you like the pre-mixed chocolate milk, or do you like Nesquik, or like Ovaltine, or
Pretty
Do you have a
much
preference?
anything really.
anything?
Yeah, I just like it chocolatey.
Yeah. The pre-mixed chocolate milk is super thick. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
very
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's very good, but it's also if you're not. It's very thick, so if you're not in a place for that, it can be
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to handle. I'm a big Nesquik guy.
Oh,
big on
nice.
Nesquik,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I throw down probably once a week now. I'll go up to the Streeble's gas station
Yeah.
right around the corner from where I work, right? I go in there, I get this Dairy Gold old-fashioned chocolate
Yeah,
milk. It's like a
nice.
fucking
Yeah.
big old 22-ounce
Nice,
thing.
dude.
It is a nice, delectable, tasty treat.
I
I,
have-
love me some chocolate milk.
Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of Rhode Island, even though I live there. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with that state. But
Oh yeah.
But let me fucking tell you about the food in that state. It is like, it's like a hidden Cuisinart fucking gem, Rhode Island.
Really?
And they have this stuff called
Seafood,
coffee
bro.
syrup
Coffee syrup
for coffee
Yes.
milk.
Yep,
That's a thing they call it a cabinet. It's really fucking delicious.
bro. Did you ever throw
Oh.
down on? Because I know this.
It's like
I'm gonna
chocolate
blow your
milk
fucking
with
mind right now.
coffee.
Because New England,
Like a cold brew almost.
No,
No.
it's literally just
Nothing.
distillate fucking coffee syrup
Yes.
and like corn syrup, like you would from. It's like Hershey syrup, but it's made from coffee.
it's
Really?
fucking
Yes,
wild.
it's
They
fucking
do
delicious.
this thing.
You didn't bring any with you?
No, I'm sorry. I'll send some out.
What the fuck?
I had other important things to deal
Yeah,
with.
ship out some coffee.
Yes,
milk.
I'll definitely
We'll-
ship some out.
order coffee syrup and we'll try it
Yeah.
out. here
Dude,
on the show.
it's
Fuck yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
But they do this thing, and I'm curious if you've ever had this, because I don't think I've ever asked you this before.
Oh,
It's
maybe.
real big in New England to have coffee Coca-Cola, coffee Coke.
No, I've never
And there's
heard
like
of that.
brands that make coffee flavored like cola. It's like a whole deal. And
Never
yeah, a
had
lot of
that.
people will
Really?
buy the
I've never even
syrup.
heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a New York thing.
Maybe because I've lived in New England the majority of my life.
Yeah.
I was
Seltzer water though, that's a
Oh
big one.
yeah. That's,
Have you ever heard of like a caramel Coke? Around here, apparently, caramel Coke is like a really
Oh,
big
shit.
deal. Kathy O'Brien, actually,
Yeah.
at Bennick, is the one that taught me. We went out to the Red Apple Diner with her. Red Apple Diner is like a community staple out on Kitsap Way, and so Kitsap Way is one of the
Yeah.
main roads that
Oh,
run right
nice.
through West
Okay.
Bremerton, and it's owned Garjul. The Red Apple Diner is attached to a Red Apple grocery store.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
both owned by the
Oh
same
yeah, we
family.
drove by one of those last night.
The
and,
Red
like,
Apple is cool.
it looks like almost like something that you'd see like on like a show or something.
Yes.
Like it's very
Yeah.
picturesque. Like
Yeah,
when I think of
small town
Washington,
market,
yeah, that's
exactly.
like what that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Like a market like that.
So the Red Apple Diner is an old school diner
Oh,
owned
nice.
by the same people,
Oh,
as far as I
awesome.
know.
Yeah, I'm pretty
and
sure.
you can
Oh,
get
there's a place like
old
that
school
in
shit, you know.
There's a
and-
place like that in Rhode Island. They call it's called Rocks, but it's spelled ROCH. So I call them fucking roaches. But they
Yeah.
own a
Roaches.
chain of supermarkets, like local supermarkets,
yep,
and then they have
yeah.
a restaurant. It's like Roach's fucking restaurant or something.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's rocks, but I'm just an asshole. So
The Red Apple Diner has like a candy counter and like an ice cream counter and a whole. It's a whole deal.
That's fucking nice. That's real.
If you guys have time,
Yeah.
totally worth it to stop there for breakfast.
Oh,
tomorrow
yeah.
morning. Totally worth it to stop for breakfast. Yeah.
Nice.
And they have a caramel Coke there, which is a Coca-Cola
shit,
from a
yeah.
fountain that has
Oh,
caramel
nice.
in it.
Oh, yeah.
That apparently is a huge thing. And Kathy is. She's not old, but she's like in her 50s, so she was saying when she was a kid that like caramel Cokes are fucking all the rage, you know?
Yeah.
So apparently, I don't know if that's got to just be
Caramel Cokes? I just
Yeah.
Never
Like,
heard
I've
I
of
never-
also
it.
didn't
Yeah.
have one, but she had one when we went to dinner. Like she's like, "Oh, I haven't had one in fucking 2 decades or whatever." And I'm like, "I've literally never heard of this before."
Yeah.
Caramel
Same.
Coke. Yeah,
I mean, I'd
it's
throw
a
down
thing.
though.
Oh yeah, I would
I'd
have
throw
it.
down
I would have it.
All right, let's start here. So you're
Okay.
living in Rhode Island now.
Yes.
Where were you born at?
I was born in Cambridge, Mass, and grew up in
Massachusetts.
northern Massachusetts.
Okay,
Yeah, just
okay.
south of New Hampshire.
And is that how long did you live there until you moved somewhere else?
I lived there till I was 18. That's when I joined the Coast Guard right out of high school.
Okay.
I think I shipped out in September of that year, which was
What year?
07.
07?
Yeah, and
Is
then
the year that you graduated from high school?
Correct. Yes.
Wow.
I'm fucking old. Yeah.
07.
I was
Bro,
in the
I
seventh
graduated
grade.
05, so
Oh,
you
okay.
know, it's,
I was in
it's
the
a deal.
7th grade.
Oh, nice. You were in the
So,
7th grade?
I
No,
was in 7th grade. I'm 26.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a young blood. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
This asshole reminds me all the time
Oh,
of
how
how
old
fucking
fucking you
old
are.
I
Yeah.
am.
any opportunity. And he's like, it was
Jeez, yeah.
1999, and I'm like, I was 5 years old. It's like,
Oh
oh
god,
god,
dude, 99 was a great year.
Yeah,
that was
no,
like
it's-
everyone thought the fucking world was gonna end because of Y2K and like
Oh,
you
dude,
know,
I
like,
remember Y2K.
Like the internet was really starting to like proliferate and fucking people were like getting connected.
Oh yeah.
Great
You
time.
know, it was the year of the future.
Okay, so your parents, do you have 2 moms, 2 dads, mom and a dad?
Yes, yeah.
Mom and a dad?
I have a mom and a dad.
Traditional
I have a younger sister.
Younger sister?
She's she still lives in Massachusetts with her fiance.
How much older are you than your sister?
Just 2 years.
2
So,
years.
yeah,
That's a
we're-
respectable-
We're both born in April too, so
Interesting.
yeah.
Did you guys get along well when you were growing up? Or?
Yeah, you know, as well as
the most
most
part.
brothers and sisters do. We had our growing pains, as they say. You know, because we were both angsty teens, so we were like,
Yeah.
fuck you. But now we're
Fuck
best.
you.
But now we're like best of friends. But
16
like back
and
in the-
18 is
yeah.
it's a very tense time.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Very tense time.
Yeah.
yeah, no, but like we've always been very close, and we've always like hung out and stuff. I wouldn't say that
She's good people, man.
Yeah,
I like her.
she's amazing, my sister. I love her. So Jen, shout out to you, my little sis. I love you.
Are your parents still married or are they
Yeah,
divorced?
no, they're still married.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're very happy.
It's a 50%,
Oh, yeah.
you know, so
His parents are like fucking just pure salt of the earth people.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Grin
the
in the crowd.
nicest people in the world.
Yeah.
They
I got lucky with
they
parents.
adopted us,
Yeah.
man. Like
you've gone
they're-
home with Neil before,
Oh,
like
yeah.
on leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the last time we went to New York, I
Oh
believe
yeah.
we decided to take a trip up because you guys were out at the Cape
Yeah, we
for
were
your
down in Cape
annual.
Cod.
I remember
family
that.
Trip.
I,
yeah.
Yes, I remember you talking about
So
that.
we went up
Okay.
there. We did the same thing.
I
It was
didn't
like,
realize you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I
we did
remember
like
that,
a
though.
6-8 hour drive all the way
Yes.
up to the Cape
fuck
just to
yeah.
hang out for
Cape
like
Cod?
36 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah. When you're
fucking
Becky's,
great.
you just call it the Cape.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
whatever.
we're in the
and then
West
you go to
Coast, so
P-Town.
Liz and I actually, Miss Liz and I had a discussion about that because
Your
we
wife?
always, well, soon to be wife.
Soon to
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Fiance.
yeah.
You introduced her as your wife,
yes.
which I found to be
Oh.
interesting.
But
it's-
because they're
My,
basically
I
inseparable.
might have said my soon-to-be wife or future
you go.
wife.
I couldn't attest, to be honest. How long have you been together?
Since 2019, like
Okay.
December 2019.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Respectable.
So,
Not too quick, not
No.
too slow.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah,
if it had
we
been
just-
10 years, I might be like, Papa Neal, what the fuck is going
yeah,
on?
seriously.
Come on. What's going on here?
Yeah.
2 years, that's respectable.
Yeah. So, we actually had a debate about how to tell if someone's from out of Mass, like not from New England, because they'll say, "Oh, we're going to Cape Cod." You don't say that in New England. You say, "We're going to the fucking Cape."
Going to the
Yep.
Cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going
You
to
coming or
fucking
not?
Cape,
We got to hit these fucking bridges before the Saturday morning traffic hits. Let's get fucking going. I usually
Oh, it's
travel
gonna
at
get
night.
crazy.
I like to go around midnight.
That seems to be the best, you know?
Yeah.
A nice, real early morning, late night, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it, travel seems to be the best way to go.
Yes, I
you
usually
know?
get in. My parents will have a bed made up for me and Miss Liz, and then we
Yeah.
just cruise in at nighttime under the cover of darkness, no cars on the road,
That's nice.
and we just
Yeah.
boost right to their joint. And,
How far do you live from your parents?
Maybe about an hour and a half.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I go see them as much as I can, but
Are you
I've
close
been
with your parents?
very close. Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Good.
They're good people to be close to.
Oh yeah,
They're just
no. I
can't get
won the
over it. They're
lottery
great
with my
people.
parents. I feel like.
Oh,
every
yeah.
day.
yeah. They're good
you
people,
know,
man.
Yeah.
How was your experience in high school?
I was kind of like
You're like, what time of kid were you?
Could you
I
put
don't really
yourself
know.
into a clique? It's okay if you can't.
Not really. No,
Okay.
I was kind of like more of an outcast. I wasn't really popular. I was really awkward.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like I really came into my own as I got older. Like went to the military, traveled around some, actually got to know people, meet people, learn different views and ideas and stuff like that. And I've worked with very many incredible people throughout my life, and I
A
feel
lot of
very
strange
fortunate.
people,
Yeah.
too.
A lot of strange people too.
Coast Guard.
Yeah.
It brings them in, man. You get
Yeah.
every type
It's a
of people.
weird
That's the
branch
gut-
to choose.
That's
you
the
know?
military
It is.
because with the military it's just like, oh, you don't have a fucking education. You barely have your fucking high school diploma and you're not very well educated. Well, fucking come on in.
Come on in.
Yep.
Like it will let us fucking convert you.
Did you do an early entrance like Colin did, or did you just enlist right out of high school?
I just enlisted right out of high school. Yeah.
How did you decide on the Coast Guard?
So there was this girl I knew I was friends with, and we had done this program called the Sea Cadets, which is like it's like Boy Scouts, but it's more naval based.
It's like a
Like ROTC, but
Kinda, yeah.
but not in school.
Yeah, you wear like
it's like
uniforms and
ROTC,
shit,
but
yeah.
for
It's-
the, like waterborne, like
It was,
Navy
it
and
was
Coast
actually
Guard,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Did you like learn to sail and shit?
No, not really. I mean,
No.
you learn about like Navy-based stuff, like basic military things that like marching and
What
basic
a knot
mili-
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a knot is, how to tie knots, basic
Yeah.
military skills and stuff like that. So, but yeah, her dad was in the Coast Guard. I think he was in MK,
How
which is a
many would
machinery
it-
technician.
Okay. How many miles per hour is one knot on the water?
I want to say it's equivalent to
We're gonna Google this too.
shit. I think it's the same as a kilometer an hour, or maybe it's 2 kilometers an hour, which
Okay.
is. I usually know math, but it's
I asked Colin once, but we were also
1.15
Okay.
miles an hour is one
one
knot.
knot.
Okay.
We were doing the power hour also.
Yeah.
So I remember very vividly asking him and him saying, "Don't ask me those questions. Drink." and I had to take another shot.
Yeah.
So I remember that,
Drink.
and I never found
Nice.
out how fast a knot was.
Don't ask me that question.
Don't ask me that. Drink.
yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of just guesstimate by the weight of your balls how fast a knot is.
Yeah.
You're just like, feels like
A
we're going
mile
about
and a half.
6 knots.
It's like
You're
whatever,
going a
it's
mile
fine.
an hour.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm sure it's
Well, so it
there
comes.
was a reason. but-
Well, that's actually what I was going to explain. It comes from how they used to measure speed back on sailing ships. They'd throw out
Right.
a line with a weight, and they would count how many knots.
That's
They were
why it's
certain
also spelled with a
distances.
K.
Oh,
Yeah.
you tied knots at
Yeah,
certain.
you tie knots at different intervals.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
That's
chuck it
very
out.
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's like a foot is also the length of a king's foot.
Yep.
Of a king's foot, like
Yeah.
like a random king,
Yeah,
or
The
well, I forget which king it was, but
the
yeah,
king
Yeah.
of the time.
And then
You
it was
set that forth.
yeah.
And then for
'cause
some reason, us dumbass Americans were like, yeah, that still sounds good.
there's
Makes
only
You know,
sense
we'll
here.
roll with it.
there's 3 countries that use the imperial system of measurement.
Exactly. And which
It's-
ones are there?
It's the United States of America, Burma, and Libya.
Even
And
though we're like fuck kings, but
Yes.
let's use the
yeah,
imperial
I mean,
system.
usually you don't think of
So
those other 2
stupid.
countries as having their shit together, but
Yes.
I mean, no, I'm just fucking. I personally love the metric system, honestly, because I work in
Well-
engineering and using metrics is
Yeah.
it's
like
much more precise.
Yeah. When you're dealing with
It's
scales
like
of like
butter.
1 to 100,
Yeah.
that's it
everything's
just makes sense,
divisible.
man. It's so much easier.
It
We'll
really
s-
is.
So we work with those materials. We totally still work like on the standard system.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll stand there and just bitch about people using centimeters and shit.
Oh, yeah.
We're like the only country, like the only country that's still doing it. And
Yeah.
I'm still standing there in my business. I'm like, these fucking assholes using centimeters. These
Well,
stupid pieces of shit.
so-
Much more precise. I'm like, yeah, it's 5 5/8. It works for me.
The nice thing about the imperial unit of measurement, though, is that your eye naturally is able to break things down in half very easily. So
Yes.
it's based on decimal, or not decimals, but fractions. And then
Yes.
all you do is just you take the
Conversions.
top number divided by the bottom number, and you get your decimals. And that's
Yeah.
it. It's
Jesus.
easy enough because, like, we use imperial standard at my work, but I personally, outside of work, I use metric. So like everything in my car is all metric.
And if you're building something, you're going to use metric?
Usually, yeah.
Really? That's so interesting.
I fucking love it.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It just makes so much sense when you really like start to look down at the nitty gritty parts of it.
So,
Well, it probably doesn't help too that you're a huge BMW guy.
Oh, yeah.
So you're dealing with German
Oh,
stuff all the
okay,
time,
okay.
and so
Oh, fuck
that
yeah.
that totally makes sense.
so the car that you drove here is a rental car.
Yes.
Obviously. Did you
Yeah.
select that car, or that's just the car?
No,
that you
that's
got?
what we selected.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they didn't have any Beamers and they also didn't have any.
So, but if there was a BMW,
Yeah, if there was a BMW, we could fucking drive
yes,
it. Dude,
you're that hard of a BMW guy.
BMW flows
Okay.
through my veins.
Okay, all right.
I love working on them, tuning them, driving them.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
And if you could
they're
ask
great
me
cars.
when like we worked together back in the Yield
Oh,
days,
yeah.
if he would ever become like this engineering genius and be like working
wouldn't
on
call me a
cars and all this,
genius.
I would have been like, "There's no fucking way this dude's ever gonna do this." He is. I just gotta say, this dude has become like an inspiration to my life.
Wow.
You've done some good shit, but I
So
love
let's
I
so
love
let's
you too,
start
pal.
here then. You enlisted in the military.
Yep.
How long after you graduated did you enlist?
Geez, I shipped out in September. I think it was like right away.
Okay.
So
Yeah, 'cause you
they were
graduated
like-
like June, I think.
Yeah, I graduated
so-
June 6, 20, or like the
So
end of May,
whilst
early
in your
June.
robe, you walked down to the recruiters and said, "Sign me the fuck up."
Yeah, pretty much.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Pretty
So
much.
why did you join the military? Are you from a small town? Are you from a big town?
Yeah, I'm from a town called Chelmsford. Which
How's
is
the, what's the
north-
population of your town last year?
Jeez, maybe like 32,000 people.
Okay.
So in the town I live in currently in Rhode Island is about the same size population-wise.
The town that I'm from, Bremerton,
Yeah.
when I graduated, had 37,000 people. in it.
Okay.
Just over 37,000.
Yeah,
So
so similar size.
very,
Yeah.
so very
Yeah.
familiar, and especially in a town like that. Here, it's the Navy is the big. You know,
Okay,
so-
yeah.
'cause-
Well, yeah, I
'cause
saw
the
I
bases.
actually saw
Yeah.
the aircraft carriers coming in. when we
Yeah,
were
driving
driving
by the
yeah.
shipyard.
Yeah, all the
and stuff,
mothball
The dry
ships and
dock,
stuff,
yeah.
but that's right outside actual PSNS, and then
Okay.
Banger is just on the other side of Silverdale.
Nice.
There's-
Oh,
I
you guys
lived
call
in
it
Banger?
Banger
Yeah,
base.
Banger.
Oh, because
Yeah.
in Maine it's Bangor.
Bangor.
Banger.
Up here
is
in
what-
Bangor, Stephen
really
King's
funny.
gonna.
He's gonna come and get ya.
That's really funny. Yeah, no, it's Banger, at least here.
Here.
Yeah.
And then
Banger,
I live
nice.
in Keyport, which has
Okay.
another small, you
Oh,
know,
nice.
has
Oh, yeah.
mostly
For the-
missiles and
Oh,
nuclear
shit.
and shit.
Oh,
and
nice.
there,
Okay.
the
Yeah, they call it
SEALs
the
do-
Naval Underwear Warfare Center or something.
Underwater-
Like
Well,
that, right?
there's a museum right outside of the base. That's the Undersea Warfare Museum.
Oh, nice.
For the
Okay.
Navy. Yeah. And so, but then there's actual Keyport base, very small, but that they just keep a lot of tech and
Yeah.
missiles and shit there because it's so
Yeah.
far out into the sound that they're launch it and they just fucking, like the SEALs will come out and do training and
Oh,
stuff there
shit,
because
yeah.
the
Nice.
town of Keyport is barely a town. It's less than 1,000 people
Oh,
in
yeah.
it. So
It's wicked
they can
tiny.
go out
Fuck.
into the water at night and
Yeah.
no one will know about it.
That's
You know, no
nice.
one's gonna be fucking smoking on their water problems.
Yeah.
Everybody is
What's
90
going
years
on
old.
out
So
there?
they do a lot of random trainings and stuff like that.
doing out there?
And there's one bridge in and out of Keyport
shit,
that
okay.
obviously water flows underneath, and
Yeah.
the one side of it is called the Keyport Lagoon, which belongs to the
Ooh,
military,
nice.
and then the other side is public water. So I'm
Okay.
certain that they start things in the lagoon and go out into the public
Oh,
water. and
absolutely.
then come
Probably have
back
the
and-
underwater swimmers and
Yeah,
their scuba
exactly.
gear and shit.
I told Colin that within the last 6 months I was driving home, and you drive past the entrance to the base, and there's a truck coming off the base with what looks like an extremely small submarine on the back, covered up, all carpet. I'm like, that's not fucking suspicious at all. Like,
Yeah.
it's not obvious or anything.
That's
You're going to
cool.
Banger, bitch. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
yeah. Just,
We don't need fucking military
No,
intelligence
just-
to tell you what we're doing.
and
what
Banger
you
and
guys are doing.
Keyboard are less than 2 miles from each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
It's
very,
like
very
a
close.
15-minute
shit.
drive
So
max.
the
wow.
MPs and everything go back and
Yeah.
forth between Keyport and Bangor
Okay.
all the time. Yeah.
It's damn near a straight line, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It is. Yeah. I mean, there are just the natural turns in the road,
Yeah.
but to get from Keyport base, you
Just-
take a left to leave the base and then go straight until
All the
you
way
hit
there.
the gate to Bangor.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
fuck.
literally don't take a single turn. You go
I've never
through
really thought about that. till
one
just now.
light after
Yeah.
you leave the base to get to Bangor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so. Yeah.
Very strategic location for Bangor and Keyport,
Yeah.
certainly.
Yeah.
Because Bangor's a fucking
Jeez.
huge base. It's
Massive.
huge.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
A lot of people that live there, and there's
Yeah.
whole facilities. There's like a bowling alley and
Oh,
restaurant.
shit.
It's a
Oh, wow.
huge base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all the nukes are.
Yeah, they probably do
Yeah.
some crazy shit there that
Oh,
you
yeah,
will
they
never
do.
find out
A
about.
lot of, and like, all the defense companies have
Yeah.
a little section in Bangor, so
Oh, hell
Lockheed
yeah.
has a big area in Bangor. Lockheed is huge
Oh,
in
yeah.
Bangor.
Good old
All
military
those-
industrial complex.
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
So sometimes I go down to work for I go down to Alabama for work because we have a CPVC plant down there.
What's CBPC?
CPVC is it's like PVC piping, but it's been chlorinated another time.
Oh.
But they use it for fire protection for residential house systems, and it's they extrude pipe on like these giant extruders and like cut it all up and everything, and then they also do injection.
I want to see some extruding pipe.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's actually really fucking cool to see.
Like I have a feeling you get really big to watch that stuff on YouTube or something. You just really enjoy life.
Yeah, but then they also do plastic injection moldings. For,
Okay.
all the fittings and stuff. So I was working on a plastic injection fitting for fire sprinklers because that's mainly what I do is fire sprinklers.
That's a weird deal.
Yeah.
Just a weird concept of plastic, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a fast thing to say, so I think it's easy.
It's lighter,
it's
cheaper than steel, it's easier to
plastic
work with.
injection
Yeah.
molded. You have a mold in which you're going to inject liquid plastic
it's
to
literally
form whatever the piece is that you want.
Yeah.
Break the mold open, and there's the piece that you want.
Yeah,
like,
it's
what the fuck
literally.
is that?
Oh yeah, the fucking science and engineering that go into it is insane.
It's crazy.
You have to have what's called a draft angle on like the pipe end so that they can actually come out of the mold. So it's like a 1 degree.
Right.
It's like a 1 degree angle. Like you would think that it's perfectly like a concentric circle or concentric cylinder, but no.
Yeah, because if
like
it was
that.
totally straight, like it wouldn't be able to come out like that.
Yeah, exactly. You'd get stuck in the mold, and everyone has to deal with that. That's just a common injection molding thing.
So you have to design everything at that 1% angle. So if
Pretty
you're going to
much.
do an enormous pipeline or something, then
Yeah, well,
that
so the
1%
pipe
comes
actually they
into-
use vacuum suction to pull the pipe into its spherical shape or to its cylindrical shape.
What in the
Fucking
then-
science, bro.
And then,
I love that.
then the speed at which you pull it through like dictates how thick the pipe is. It's pretty cool stuff.
That is wild.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can tell you some engineering shit.
So you joined the military because generally lack of options in the area?
Well, I wasn't really too keen on school because I had a pretty shit experience in high school.
Of being in high
like
school.
thinking about it again, like I hated my teachers, I hated my classmates. I wouldn't say I hated these people, but like they just made my fucking life miserable.
Yeah.
Like no one was, they're just small town jackasses.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
just because I was fucking different, people like to make your fucking life difficult if you're
Yeah.
different.
Kids are fucking
It's
terrible, bro.
extreme.
And
Extremely
even
difficult.
adults are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
teachers and stuff, like no one had any fucking clue how to handle me.
The solution,
Just a bunch of asshats.
up until I'm going to say the last 5 years, was, well, you should adjust your behavior so people don't treat you this way.
Yeah.
Which is not a good way
No.
to get a child or a young adult to embrace who they are, to try and find a path forward that
Yeah.
also embraces who they are.
Yeah.
And she teaches you to be very self-conscious and always think
Yeah,
about what other
so
people are thinking of
I'm-
you,
I'm- Yeah, and I have still issues today about my
Absolutely.
self-conscious. Like I'm always like, oh, do I look like an asshole? Like last night, we got pretty
We got
friggin'
shithoused.
tore up. Yeah.
We
fucking did.
We drank all day, and then we came home, and then we pulled out the horns.
Oh
Which
yeah.
I don't think we've shown yet.
The fucking
camera.
sick horns.
The
Oh,
fucking-
hells yeah.
The mead horns. That's my name in runes.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
the
which
Elder
is super
Futhark
awesome.
alphabet.
And then we decided to start pouring out this mead, and then the weed came out, and then it was just,
And everything's happening.
it was.
It was
Yeah,
a rough
we've
morning.
basically been perpetually fucked up since he showed up.
Yeah.
Because we're like back in
Yeah,
the good old
it's-
days, man.
yeah,
It's been,
dude,
it's been a good
Colin's,
ride.
Colin's easy to do that with. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you have something that sounds like a moderate good idea, he'll be like,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
It's odd because
Yeah.
it's odd because he's one of the more pessimistic people that I know. Like
Okay.
in
Oh,
general,
I
you know?
am.
Which is not.
I'm
That's just.
definitely
It's fine.
a
It's who
glass
you are.
half
It is
empty
what it
dude.
is. But when you ask him something, like that negative factor almost doesn't exist.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, let's go for it. You
Yeah,
know? It's
fuck
like,
it.
okay,
Send
cool.
it.
Like,
All
yeah,
send.
it's only the positive side of it. You're
Yeah.
like, this is the confirmation I needed to make this decision.
And I'm
All
not gonna lie to
fucking
you.
send.
Most of that aspect in my life came from this guy, because I didn't used to be like that. I was just I was a downer for the most
Yeah.
part. But Papa Neal over there taught me how to be able to go out and just kind of just take it all in, accept it, and then have fun with it.
Oh fuck yeah.
And
It's
that-
one of my favorite things is seeing like what I can get away with at like the supermarket. Like I literally and my new favorite thing is like when I was walking through the airport and stuff at Logan, because we flew out of Boston.
Okay.
Like I was walking and I got my fucking mask on and shit, but I'd look people directly in the eyes and I'd keep staring them in the eyes like strangers, total strangers. And it's funny to see their reactions because a lot of people will be like,
Makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're like, why are
yeah.
you looking in my eyes? And I'm like, because I don't give a shit. Because I have confidence. Because I'm trying to intimidate you to fucking move out of my way, jackass. Like, you're walking right at me. Don't you see me? Like, and it pretty much works pretty well. It's like a little psychological trick.
Social experiments.
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
Run.
I love doing stuff like
Yes.
that just in my off time. Like if I'm out and about, like let's see what I can do. Let's see how people react to like
Have
just
you
basic
always-
little things.
Have you always done that, or
Yeah.
when did you start?
Oh, so I've probably
Even
done
in
stuff
high
like that
school, things like
always.
that,
Yeah.
you-
I like to see how people react to different little gestures or like looks and stuff. It's not harmful, or I'm not doing. I'm not trying to do any harm to anyone. I'm just like, how are you gonna react to like the way I look at you? You know, like,
There is, and I mean
I'm
this
curious. That's why.
in the most positive way possible. It's not at all a negative thing.
Yeah.
There is a very juvenile is not quite the right word, but that's the only thing I can really do right now.
Useful, maybe.
Youthful may be a factor of all people in which, if from the time that you can have an effect on something,
Yeah.
you want to see what that effect
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
You know,
you have a curiosity that you need to sate.
and the only reason I say youthful is with my kid's 2.5 years
Oh,
old. He
yeah.
does it right now.
Yeah.
The moment you can have an effect on anything, you want to have an effect on everything to see what that effect is.
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be, you know.
kids are like cats. They're just curious.
Yeah.
they're curious like cat. My friends call me Whiskers because I'm curious like a cat. That's a line from an old SNL skit that I saw.
I think that it's a unique trait in people
Oh yeah.
to do something just to see what's going to happen.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just to see.
I
I'm
have
just
I have a
curious,
huge
you
drive
know?
like that, and that's why I love working in engineering, because you can kind of put more science to it. You can you add measurability to it. You can
Part
add
of your
a process.
job, 'cause
Yeah,
you're doing tests.
Absolutely,
You're doing
yeah.
R&D. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you got in the military,
Mm.
what were your first impressions? How long were you in boot camp? 6 weeks?
No, we 8
8
weeks.
weeks?
Yeah, I actually got held back a week because I got caught sleeping in class so much.
You were sleeping?
Yeah, I was that guy.
Okay.
I to my firefighting class test, they make you do like a written test at the end. All my fucking answers would literally go, it'd start out as words, turn into scribbles, and then fall off the
Really?
fucking page. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Like all of them, and I was like, shit, I'm fucked.
I have a lot of notes
Yeah.
in this book that look like that from taking
Oh, yeah.
notes late at night and literally falling asleep.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
and you're just like, oh fuck. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get my ass reamed.
So what
They're gonna get out
was
the fucking the cannon stuffer for my ass.
so after you're done in boot camp,
Yeah.
what was your first job?
Okay,
Right?
so
I know in the Navy they call it a rate. Like your
Yeah.
rate
Yep.
is whatever your
well,
rate.
so
Same
I
thing.
technically was a non-rate. They call
Yep.
E2s.
This guy sleeps too much. We can't give him a job
no,
yet.
no.
The Coast Guard is actually very different than most
Yeah.
services like this. Is you can actually go into the fleet, if you will, or the
Yeah,
field, or
without a
whatever,
rate.
without a particular rate,
But then
and then
once-
you're just kind of like,
Yeah, but I mean that's only for E1 through 3.
yeah,
So yeah, the
You
only
can only
re-
do that for so long.
yeah,
yeah. If you're a career seaman, that means you probably did some pretty
yeah.
bad
You did
things.
some bad stuff. You fucked up.
Yeah,
Once you get
because
to E4,
That-
they
that's
make
when
you
you have a
take a
rate
job, or
where
they're
they-
expected that you've decided what you
yeah,
want.
only
Like, how do you?
E4 and above, you have a job specifically.
Did you get to decide what your job was? Did you
Yeah.
have some say in what your job
Oh,
was?
absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I
Yeah.
applied for the GMA school, which is Gunner's Mate A school. Your A school is like what teaches you the core foundation of your job, and then you
Right.
can go to different, like they call them C schools, which are teaches
What
you
happened
more
to B
like
school,
job specific.
I know, right? What
Yeah.
happened
That
to B
just
school?
doesn't exist.
Because
Yeah.
they were just so bad. No, I'm just
So
kidding.
bad. Yeah, like for me, I went to, we call it food service specialist back then. Back in the old days, they used to call them SS. The,
FS?
SS.
Oh,
was
SS.
Right before
Oh,
I had
shit.
joined, they called it
That's-
SS, subsistence specialist.
What the? How the
But
fuck?
it's a little
how
too
did-
Nazi-esque.
Yeah,
so
I was
they
gonna
changed
say,
it
how the
to
fuck
food
did they
service
greenlight
specialist.
that?
Like in the
Exactly.
U.S. military.
Yes.
Like you couldn't call it anything else.
Yeah, you couldn't call it anything else. I love
Did
it.
you pick that job, or that's what you got?
That's the job that I picked, because I also, like when I was at boot
Yeah.
camp, right, and the way this works is a lot of people will go into boot camp with what they call guaranteed A school. So you go through boot camp, and then right as soon as you graduate boot camp, you go right off to your A
Yep.
school. and
Because
then
you signed in selecting your rate, right?
Yes,
That's
yeah.
very common.
You
But
lost
also,
it.
Very
when you
common.
do that,
Yeah.
they kind of just give you a list of, like, these are your options, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
pick from that list,
A
right?
lot of times it's like based off your ASVAB test score,
Yeah,
you
Yes.
big
qualify
time,
for
yeah.
whatever.
What did you score on that, Zeb? Do you remember?
No. I remember I had to take it twice, because the first time I bombed it.
Oh shit.
Because I didn't study or anything, and then I got some
Oh,
study
yeah.
guides, and I went in there, and I
I actually.
remember I could have basically picked any job, but I had signed up for what we call a bosun's mate, right?
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
like your standard like deck dudes.
A whistle.
A BM.
Whistle. Bosun has something to do with the whistle.
Yeah, they
right?
have
Yeah.
they got a bosun pipe.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bosun
but,
is like a
Yeah.
master deckhand, pretty much.
And it's especially at ceremonies and shit, very
Yep.
important, right? I remember
Oh,
at
yeah.
Jordan's dad's retirement, there was a whole the bosun had a whole series of jobs that he was doing.
Probably had
Oh, yeah.
the fucking guys. What do they call them?
He was dressed very fancy.
Like
Everyone was
the
dressed
master
fancy
at
all the
arms?
time, but-
No, they whenever like an admiral comes aboard a ship, they usually
Mm-hmm.
blow the bosun pipe, but then they have like 8 guys that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
admiral walks through 4 guys on each
That's
side.
pretty
I
good.
forget what
Yes.
they're called.
They do
but,
the same
yeah.
thing at the retirement, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jordan's dad retired. My wife's dad retired as
Okay.
Chief Warrant Officer 3.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah.
Seabees.
Okay.
He's a
Shit.
and
badass.
he was actually he has
Yeah, the
his own.
Seabees don't fuck around.
Well, he has his name, and 3 other dudes have their own challenge coin.
Oh,
because
shit.
They are called the Final 4 Horsemen, I think, because now in the Seabees they're going to start pushing people towards lieutenant instead of warrant officer. And
yeah.
so he's one of the last 4 chief warrant officers to
Wow.
ever exist in
Holy
the
shit.
Seabees.
That's so dope.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so at some point in time,
Yeah.
Chief Warrant Officer Kevin Gino's name will be in a museum in the CB Museum somewhere because he's one of the
That's
last
super
4.
dope.
Very cool. Yeah. So Jordan
Yeah.
has when my wife gets here, if she brings her wallet,
Yeah.
ask her about it. She has the coin in her
Fuck
purse.
yeah.
That's
That's
super
awesome.
Yeah, it's all like steel. You know, they're like some blue on it, but
They're
there's
heavy,
like
man.
unicorn.
I
with its
carry a
hooves
challenge
on
coin
an
with me.
anchor.
Oh,
It's
nice.
very cool. And I
Yeah.
have one in my wallet that he gave me too from his last. I think he's been on 3 deployments,
Oh, wow,
combat deployments. And his last one, he deployed with a bunch of SEALs.
Oh,
And
nice.
so that's
Oh, wow.
the mission that they deployed under on the opposite side. That's like a customized
Shit.
challenge coin for me.
Yeah.
By Kevin.
Oregon
That's
Ducks.
dope.
Nice.
Put that up to the camera, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Oh,
the
it's a
customized-
Ducks
There's
coin,
a, yeah,
too.
Ducks
Yes,
coin, and then the
yeah,
other
yeah.
side,
Yep, and that's,
That's
the mission.
killer.
gorgeous. Oh, I don't know how. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
you're fine.
there we go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Dang,
So that's the
cameras.
mission they deployed under. But yeah,
That's nice.
he got to hand pick his team.
I like
and
the scimitars.
everything. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have I got a sweatshirt with this on it, and then I have that one shirt with the fucking, that's all sappy.
Yeah, I have a
It's
challenge
super
coin that
savage.
I got from some of the special agents, the CGIS,
Oh yeah,
which is
yeah.
the investigative service. It's like NCIS.
yeah.
But it's for the
Coast
Guard.
Guard.
Don't ask me what I think about like watching the old school NCIS. There's some episodes where they have a CGIS girl come in and she's like the super badass, and I'm like, bitch, I met a ton of CGIS people. They don't do that crap.
Yeah, no.
That is such bullshit.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just
Like,
for
what the
more
fuck?
context for you, right? So anyway,
Yes.
you graduate your boot camp, whatever,
Yes.
and you.
Yeah.
I had this guaranteed A school.
Oh, yeah.
yes,
But even
yes,
when you
yes.
graduate, right before you graduate, everybody's like filling out what we call our dream sheet. Where do you
Oh,
want
the
to
dream
go?
sheet. Yeah.
And
I
it's
got-
like the detailers, or what you call them. They're
That's
the
a
ones
funny
that
thing.
Yeah.
they're the ones that control
It's a
where
dream sheet
everybody
because
goes
it's a
and all
fucking
that.
dream that you're gonna get
Right.
what
Yeah,
you want.
it's a dream that you'll ever get what you want because
Yeah.
you better just keep dreaming, bro.
Yeah, you
Detailers
better
gonna
keep
send
fucking
you
dreaming,
needs
wherever
the
the-
service,
yeah.
baby. But you have an option at that point. Be like, well, if you have a guaranteed school, at this point in time, you can drop that, and you can just go out into the
Yeah.
fleet as an E3,
Oh yeah.
doing what's up, and then you can figure out what you want to do, and
Yeah,
then you can apply to
exactly.
go to
You can-
school.
Yeah, you can work
So
a
I
couple
did
different
that.
stuff.
Like I had a guaranteed BMA school, the
Oh,
BMA,
yeah.
but I
is-
dropped it.
Is the alternative to go in as an E1 to whatever your guaranteed school was, or you're going to be
No.
an E3 no matter what?
Sometimes you can graduate as an E2,
Yeah, I
but the
graduated
only
as an E2.
E1s are the recruits.
Yeah.
Depending
While
on-
you're going there, as soon as you
Yeah,
graduate
that's
boot
a
camp, you're
recruit rank.
automatically an E2.
Yeah.
And then some
And-
people do an E3 thing. There's like
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
this fucking scam. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you go in and it's like, well, if you sign up for 6 years instead of 4, we'll make an E3 out of boot
Yeah,
camp.
or
How
if
about
you
that?
or
Get
if
an
you
extra
sign up to
150
come in
bucks.
earlier.
I was going to say
or
the
some
pay rate
shit.
is the only difference, right?
Yeah,
It's not.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. You're still doing the same shit job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
but-
pretty much the E1.
You're no one's boss if you're an E3. You're
Yes.
just a-
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. yeah.
E2, E3, you don't have any seniority, bro. That's
Yeah.
not how that works.
You literally just basically you're fucking ship's force and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the fucking moving force in the
But yeah,
ship.
whatever happened to B school? Because
Yeah.
So anyway, in this particular case, right, you go to A school. I went to FSA school,
Yep.
food
Yes.
service specialist, did
Yeah.
the thing. Going out there, I'm a cook now. I'm running around. And your C schools, like the only C school that I ever actually got to go to
Yeah.
was called independent duty cook.
Oh,
because
nice.
they're specialized training. You got to run
Yeah.
an entire dining facility all by yourself.
Correct.
Oh, shit.
Which also
Yeah.
makes, to bring back to your leave point, makes it very difficult to try to take leave.
Yes.
You want a
'Cause
boat
the only person
because you're the
cooking
only
on
cook,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what happens? You ain't taking leave for 3 years.
Did you do that a lot?
Yeah, I did that my last.
And you know,
It wasn't supposed to be independent duty boats that I was on, but I was definitely on. I was an independent duty cook.
yeah.
Because all the other cooks in the Coast Guard are fucking terrible people, and they get drummed out all the time. So I was just the only dude.
Yeah,
How
I
many-
noticed like
how many people were on those boats?
Oh, like mine, like 25 to 30
Which is
on
still a
mine.
lot of fucking people to be feeding by yourself.
Yeah.
you
You
know.
know, it's like whatever. And then on
Still.
top of that, you're still pulling fucking deck watch and
Yeah.
navigating and officer of the deck.
And you,
whole
like,
nine
I don't
yards.
know if you guys have.
Really?
Oh,
did you
yeah,
have a mess
bro.
cook?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't even have mess cooks.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's
the
what I'm
problem.
saying.
Mess cooks are like the E2s and the E3s. You all
So,
take a rotation, wash the
My
dishes and
my
shit.
fucking first year in the Coast Guard, I was pretty much a mess cook for this guy and
Yup.
FS1 Hendry.
Henry, bro.
Yeah.
So that was going to be my next question. After you got out of A school, you said you were a gunner, right?
No, not so that's from your A school. So I graduated basic. I probably did 2 years in the fleet before I actually got to go to my A school.
Yeah, that's when we were stationed
Yeah.
together. We were at Fire Island.
Why is that
Well,
you're A
so
school?
the-
Is it because you didn't have a rate selected? Or?
Yeah, well, so I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do yet, but then I realized I wanted to be a GM, but there was a wait to go to the school because they only do school certain times of the years, and
Yeah.
then also GM is such a small rate, like there's not a lot of billets open for gunners mates. So.
Because that means you're going to be on a gun.
Yeah,
right?
that mean-
should the situation arise,
yeah,
you'll
like
be on a
you
gun.
know, mostly I handled a lot of small arms training. You know, we
Working at
go out,
ranges and shit.
ranges and stuff
with
like
the M4s and shit.
that. We didn't work with any M4s, mostly like M16s, shotguns, pistols. We used to work with 50 cal machine guns, 7.62 machine guns.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know, just like the small crowd stuff. None
Yeah,
of
like
the-
on the small boats and stuff, they'll put a. Is that the the squad automatic weapon, the 7.62?
No, that's the M240 Bravo.
M240
is what they
Bravo.
use. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 7.62. It's considered a medium machine gun, as opposed to a light machine gun, which is usually like a 5.56 and can be carried and shoulder fired. But this is the M240 Bravo. They typically want it mounted, or you want to rock it on a bipod, or like in a stationary position. You can
I have
even
seen like Lucas from T-Rex Arms, like
Oh, yeah.
he's made some videos.
You know what T-Rex arms, right?
yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's made some videos, some content videos of like him shooting a saw and shit,
Oh,
of like
nice.
shoulder.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
does not look simple. It does not
No,
look easy.
bro.
It's a
No.
fucking
My brother Chad.
big piece
Yeah.
of
he's a-
machinery.
he fucking was the
saw gunner?
M240 Bravo dude.
Oh,
like
nice.
he used to pack all that, and then
Dude,
he's
that
also
thing
a
weighs
chemical
20
warfare
cent-
dude,
yeah.
so he's got to bring that like crazy suits and all that
Shit,
stuff. That
yeah.
dude was
Oh, so
packed.
Well, even just the box. I mean, the 100-round boxes of ammo.
no, 200 rounds of 7.600.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So,
got to be close
as
to
a
10 pounds of just a box.
As a machine gunner, like if you're carrying the M240 Bravo, you're carrying a 27-pound machine gun. You're carrying a box or two of ammunition, and you might, if you have like all the makings to make a machine gun nest, like the tripod, the stationary tripod, you're also carrying a component of the tripod.
I had
to show you guys this
because it's super dope.
Oh hell yeah,
Carolina got it
that's
for me for my birthday.
nice, dude. The ammo cans are where it's
BigBird
at.
ammo can.
I use those for everything.
You gotta carry all that shit around, bro.
Fuck yeah, but yeah, like you're humping all this fucking gear and equipment and ammunition and fucking. That sucks. Like I really respect those guys that go out and do that shit. Like these guys aren't fucking going out on a leisure shoot. They're going out to like fucking hump heavy ass equipment in
They're
the
grinding.
goddamn. Yeah, they're fucking in the grind. They're in
and
the
then
shit.
laying down suppressive fire
Yeah.
the whole fucking time.
And you're getting fucking shot at and
Oh,
blown
absolutely.
up and all this fucking shit. And
Because
like,
that's for anybody who doesn't
Yeah.
enjoy military history or moves or anything like that. Obviously, you start taking fire with a machine gun. That's
Yeah.
the first thing you need to take out is the
Yeah.
machine gun to try and do anything else.
Yeah, because the machine gun's literally there to fucking rip you apart and keep you down.
Yes.
Yep.
Like,
Suppression
it's-
tactic.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
near impossible to do anything else until the machine gun is taken out.
Yes.
So you are the first person everybody's trying to kill.
I mean, why do you
if
think the
that's what you're
Nazis
doing.
were so effective? They had the fucking the
MG42.
MG42. That thing spits out rounds at 1,250 rounds a minute.
That's insane. So I want to interject a question real
Oh,
quick. I don't want to
absolutely.
like ruin
No,
your train
no.
of thought or anything.
No.
But what was it that like made you? I have a feeling like the reason you went to Gunner's Mates because
Yeah.
you were got
Hard
into
for the
guns.
gun life.
Like when did you like get into like gun life?
Basically at Fire Island, I remember I bought my first gun. From,
What is Fire Island?
Oh, that's
It's our first station.
That's our first
Okay.
unit that we were stationed
Strong
at,
Island,
yeah.
brah.
Oh yeah. What a fucking wild place.
And that's
Long
where you
Island
guys
is.
met, right? Was it
Yep.
your very first duty
Yep.
station?
Yeah.
How long had you already been there? Or did you come in afterwards?
Jeez, no, he'd been there for a while, but I think you were on leave when I first reported.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think so.
And then I didn't get to meet you for maybe about a month,
Yep.
and then I started.
Where the
doing
fuck
mess
were you
coordinating.
for a month?
I was probably back here, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like on leave. Either
Yeah,
that
you
or
can
like
take
I
as
was hanging
much
out. I had a
fucking leave,
girlfriend
really.
at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to
that
pick
I had
up
met
some
in A school.
Kingston poon because he's like, yeah, I'm in the Coast Guard. It's
Yeah,
no
what's
big deal.
up?
It's no
I mean,
big deal.
there was this one Mormon
Shot a
chick that I was
machine gun
hanging
once,
out
it's
with.
not
Yeah.
Met her back in the MySpace
Oh
days.
shit, dude!
connected on the
MySpace. Did you have
MySpace.
music on your page? Is that how you lured her?
Oh fuck yeah, I had.
Yeah.
You were
I
like, let me
definitely had
fucking
some dope-ass
serenade you with
music.
my
All the different
MySpace
layouts and
page
shit.
music.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's when it was.
Yeah. Oh,
How
yeah.
long had you been in when he showed up?
Probably like a year and a half or so,
Yeah,
maybe
probably,
close to
yeah,
2
Like
Jesus.
this
years.
fucking
Yeah,
newbie over
Yeah,
here.
because
Oh,
you
yeah.
left before me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
What were
rotated
your
out.
What were your first impressions of each other? Because I know you said maybe when we were camping, like you didn't
Yeah.
like him at first.
Nah.
I
Yeah.
don't know
Drove
if
me
you
up
knew
a
that or
wall,
not,
bro.
but
He,
I know you
he
like.
drove me up a wall.
Yeah.
Did
No.
you
yeah.
feel the same way that you did?
I was like,
at
what the
first?
fuck is this guy's deal? Why is he
Exactly.
being so grumpy all the time?
Exactly.
I'm like, what
He
the
is a
fuck's
grump,
up?
right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what though? I fucking find myself doing the same shit nowadays because like I've become more of an adult as I've gotten older, and I hate it because I'm like I just want to be a fucking kid, and
Hashtag adulting sucks,
that's
bro.
what's in
funny
my
thing
heart
to
is
say,
I'm a fucking kid at heart. So like having to be like, because I have to tell Miss Liz not to burn shit sometimes, like because she gets these crazy fires going. I'm like, you're gonna fucking burn the house down.
Isn't it odd how the roles, how things change?
Yeah, and I'm like,
remember-
I never thought in a million fucking years I'd be like, you can't burn that. Because when I was a kid, I was like, I'll never tell anyone they can't burn something. And then you're like, wait, I fucking pay for this house. Like, you're not burning it down.
I remember even just
Don't
when
burn it down.
when I first started the podcast, of being so adamant, like I'm going to swear as much as I want because it's important that people understand that you swear, you can be intelligent, and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And I also remember when I told Jordan, like maybe 6 months ago, you can't say that in front of Dax. Like he's getting too old now. You got
Oh,
you
yeah,
got to
right.
clean up your language, man. Like you can't be saying shit like that in front of him because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fucking inappropriate now.
Yeah.
And just being like, who the fuck am I? Like, what is this?
So I actually believe that it's all right for children to swear when they're not like at school or around their fucking child friend.
Contextually,
because they're gonna fucking learn these words anyway eventually, and they're gonna fucking use them anyway. And it's like, and I swear all the fucking time. I've sworn probably 15 times just in this sentence alone, but that doesn't make me any less intelligent.
Yeah.
But it does make me a little bit more crude, and so I think it's important to explain to your kids that an earlier age, like the importance of knowing when it's okay to swear and knowing when it's time to lock it up and put it away for a little time.
And it's hard, especially 2.5. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
yeah,
probably
yeah.
until like 6, you can
Yeah, you
understand
wanna-
some form of context of
Yes.
like inappropriate and not. The kid only says a handful of words now.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if fuck is gonna be one of them.
Be damned if fuck is one of them. I like
Yesterday,
it. Oh yeah.
When we were at one of the breweries.
Just
I think
shove
we
me
were
in
at
there.
WRB.
Okay.
Well, there's something we should address.
What?
That's a good point.
What's that?
Growing pains about the new studio. It's like, ease of like needing to get up and
Oh,
around
yeah.
people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That bookshelf might have to fucking go.
Oh yeah. Well, no,
Either that or we'll change the chair.
another
maybe.
one we could have also set up right here would have been decent, like at the end of the
Yeah.
table. Just food for thought. I mean,
Yeah.
dude. That's the beauty of having your own space. You can make it however you want, however
Yeah.
you need it. Really.
I'm a huge fan of this new
Yeah.
setup.
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
I like the
I'm
big
very
space.
impressed by, like I told you yesterday, I'm very impressed by the way that are utilizing all your spaces here.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Yeah,
Don't do that to
dude,
me
it's
now.
space utilization is pretty important. It's
is.
something I think about more as an adult.
And now think
I'm
of
like-
this one space, right? When
Yeah.
you're looking around, like this used to be, like not but 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This space used to be our master bedroom,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what you were saying. I remember.
Which is weird because there's no windows
Yeah.
and there's a door
Yeah.
that goes to like a mini garage.
Oh shit.
Which
yeah.
the mini garage is like 5 feet deep, and that's the reason this bump out up top.
Oh,
here,
yeah.
y'all people can't see it because we got some dope lighting and stuff
Oh,
up there
hell
now.
yeah.
But the reason
Is
that's
that
like
is
bumped
that the
out like
grandma's
that
attic space?
because that's when the garage door opens. That's
Oh,
how far
jeez,
back it
holy
goes.
crap.
Like, that's how close we are to the front of the garage.
So don't
there.
store anything up there. You'll just crush it.
Exactly.
Don't
You could
store your
store
Christmas ornaments.
you could store like certain
Low
small,
profile
low
things,
profile
yeah.
things. Like there's a couple pieces of old siding and
Oh,
stuff
nice.
there. It's
Hell
like,
yeah.
It's like what's up.
What was it gonna say though? But like, so something I always like to think of too is like the concept of space.
Yes. Like,
And so like we're in this
Volume, area.
we're in this space. It's pretty private. We're surrounded by walls, doors, ceilings. Take away all the fucking walls right now. What would be left? I'd see Donovan taking a leak, Miss Liz doing whatever with Carolina. Like, it's
think
funny
we're
how
making right
I
now.
think it's funny how human beings kind of prioritize and compartmentalize space.
It's
Very
interesting.
That's kind of what makes us a little bit more intelligent. But you also look at how animals divide up space, and they build dens, burrows, nests, all that stuff, because that's just a basic human instinct. And
popping up high.
There it is.
Let's check out
Oh,
your camera
baby.
view. See how you do.
Nice.
Boom! Look at that. Oh, now we got the alien picture in the
Hell
shot.
yeah.
Nice.
Perfect. This is. I heard what you said about the garage door. That's
Yep.
fucking funny.
Isn't
Yeah.
that wild?
That's
That's
really
why
good.
there's like 5 feet that
Hey,
way.
can I
because
store-
that's the top.
Can I store my eggs up there? My box of eggs, my large box of eggs that's like this big.
As long as it's no higher than like 4 inches, then we're good. We keep whatever we
I'm
want up
just
there.
gonna put all my eggs up there.
This garage is big enough. I was gonna say you're talking about that too. If you took a BMW,
Oh,
flip it up on its side, that's about the only thing you can
Yes.
fit in that garage.
Yeah.
Holy
You
shit.
put it up on its
That's how
side,
big it
wheels
is.
facing
God
this
damn,
wall right
dude.
here. You might be able to squeeze that thing in
Yeah.
there.
Okay,
Dude.
so first impressions of calling me first man. You said you were wondering why he was such a dick.
What's
Why he was
such a
so
grump?
grumpy.
He was
Why
being a grump.
I was a
You felt
grump.
Like he was grumpy. He wasn't
Yeah,
as
he was a-
responsive to your back and forth as you were
Yeah,
hoping.
yeah. I mean, I was
Oh.
mess cooking for him a lot too, and I was like, I was
So you're
I
spending
was
a
kind of
fair
being a
amount
little
of
bitch
time
about it
together.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were stuck in the kitchen with each other
Oh,
like
yeah.
constantly, and then
At each other's throats.
we
and
just
shit.
fucking
Oh.
eventually.
Nobody cleans the dish better than I want the dish cleaned.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, "You're being a little bitch.
Yes.
Turn the fucking heat up. Make sure you dip it in bleach, and then fucking sanitize it." Yeah.
If your hands
Oh
aren't
my
like
God.
burnt red by
From
the time
fucking
you're done
bleach
washing
in the heat
dishes,
in the
then
hot
you're doing
water.
it wrong.
Like if you
You're
can,
so funny.
if you
I
can-
love you
yeah.
so much.
like he was always be like, you're fucking washing this dish like a pussy, like a little bitch, and I was like, yeah, because I'm being a little bitch because I don't want to touch other people's gross ass food.
I can only
Like,
imagine
where's a set of
military
fucking
Colin.
gloves?
That's awesome.
Gloves
He's
are
like,
pussies.
yeah, he's like, gloves? What the fuck do you need? And then I saw you wearing black gloves. You're like,
Yep.
you're like, I'm a fucking hitman. I was like, son of a bitch.
That's so funny.
This is so embarrassing.
I
I
know.
love this. This
Dude,
is
How
so
long
good.
until
And then
you
I
guys...
fucking wore him down. A
Yeah.
couple months into it, I wore him down, and
Yep.
then we became. It's
What
just,
was?
it's
Do you
separate.
remember
We
the
just
first? Do you remember the first conversation you had where you were like, "Oh, I got him," like where you're like,
got him.
"That's."
I don't think because we talk. I'm a kind of a chatterbox sometimes.
Yeah,
If
no,
you haven't
definitely seems
noticed.
like that. Yeah.
Once I start to like open up, it's tough to get me to shut the fuck up.
Was it?
Not
Do you
a
remember
bad
what the
concept.
topic was? Like that you guys related over, like
Oh, it was
sci-fi
probably music or
or
anime or
Because
yeah.
we would
Oh,
be
yeah.
rolling up with Javier Torres.
Yes,
We'd be
dude,
going up to
Javi was a
his
good
place.
bridge. I feel like.
He was a good bridge
Yeah,
for this. This
our
dude,
friendship. Yeah, he was a shipmate
up
that
as
we
a
were
third
stationed with.
friend.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
he grew up in like this hard neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
in
wasn't it in
Connecticut called
Bridgeport?
Bridgeport.
Yeah, Bridgeport is like
It
fucking
is.
rough.
It's a rough town, bro. And we would go up there. We'd bomb up there in the middle of the night, and
Yeah.
we'd go by their parents' house
Oh
and hang
fuck
out.
yeah.
His dad was a barber, and they lived
Mm.
in the house like above
Above
the
the
barber
barber
shop.
Oh yeah.
And so we go
Did
up
he
there
cut
and
your
kick
guys'
and shit.
hair?
No,
I never got my hair.
I don't
cut.
think he ever cut our heads, bro.
Yeah. Well, because I
I
used to just fucking go ring
Yeah,
in the fucking
exactly.
in the
You
galley
didn't need
with a
air.
trash
Yeah,
bag on.
okay.
You know, you'd be upstairs, you'd be like, "Hey, bro," asking one of your shipmates like, "Hey, do I have any fucked up lines in the back of my head?" And they'd be like, "No," and of course there was like fucking
Just a
7.
shit. Yeah.
No, there was like 7, and they were like, "I'm gonna be a fucking dick to this guy," and
That's
you're like,
funny.
Oh,
"Motherfucker, dude," and everyone would show you their dick, like they, you
Yeah.
remember that the showing game, the showing
Showing
game from waiting.
From waiting. That was a
Okay.
big deal.
Yeah, like
That was a
I
huge
got
in the
fucking
Coast Guard
bubble
for a while.
gummed one
Huge.
time. I was like, I don't want to. Like, some dude hung his nutsack out of his fucking shorts through one of the fucking windows from the communications watch room, and I was like, in the middle of the night, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I
It's
was
like sports. It's very
yeah.
similar to sports.
It is
Like a
very
just an
similar.
enormous locker
Yeah.
room. 'Cause
It was-
I remember,
yeah.
So
Like,
when you
A lot of people started getting in trouble after that.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
had
going to
quit
call him
that.
out on
I
the
was like, what the
podcast
fuck?
because he has a private life now. But someone that you know, I'll tell you afterwards. I vividly remember playing football with them and being in the locker room one time and him calling someone's name, and of course you hear someone yell, so everyone turns
Yeah.
around.
Yep.
Balls tucked in. The goat.
Oh, the
It was-
goat!
Yeah, the
Got the
You know
goat,
why they
dude.
call it the
Straight
goat? Because it's the
turnover.
greatest move of
Yeah.
all
Kick.
time.
Not only tucked, but also spread.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and
No.
you're like, oh no!
No, so
Vividly, I remember.
let me
Yeah, horrible.
explain to you why it's called the goat. So the
Okay.
goat stands for the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? But when you look at a wang and balls tucked back, it looks like a middle finger flipping you off from your fucking. Your wang is literally flipping them off.
That's perfect.
That's funny.
Like, here's your nuts. and then here's your way. Like
Dude,
that's
on
why
my
it's
first
called
boat,
the goat.
Before I got to Fire Island, that was ships would have like movies.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
These old reels and
Yeah.
stuff, and like you'd play it on the mast deck every night. It would play, and Waiting was our movie.
Oh, yeah.
And so we watched that movie for 3 months straight.
Classic.
And
Yeah.
we started to develop our own specialty moves.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
we had
yeah.
this one. It was
There was the bubble gum,
Thankfully,
the spider, the brain.
nobody ever accomplished this thing, but it was coined. We called it the carrot nose snuffy,
What the fuck?
and it involved the goat, except you put flour on your ass cheeks and you stick a carrot in your ass.
Oh,
And that was
the
the carrot
fuck?
nose snuffy.
what the fuck?
I know.
But
No, at the end of the movie, when that kid does the goat to everyone, he's basically
Yes.
saying "fuck you all." Like
You guys
Exactly.
treated me like shit. Fuck you all. Like I fucking got you. I'm the greatest.
I will say I watched that movie relatively recently.
Yeah, I need to watch
and
it again.
Still holds up.
Oh,
today.
absolutely.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
So
Andy
Ryan
Milonakis
Reynolds.
in that movie was fucking
Yes,
great.
yes.
I loved
Dude.
his scenes. He was just like always baked in the freezer.
Yes, man.
He was like, yo, I'm fucking in.
You know that Andy Milonakis is like 50 years old?
Yeah.
Isn't
he's
that
fucking-
weird?
He looks
Andy
like a fucking
Milonakis,
child.
He has some
Dude,
type
look
of
this up.
disorder that makes him look super young.
Dude, there's a
The
guy
fat kid
in.
That's
or
a-
like the
The fat kid.
the J guy.
The fat
Okay.
kid. Yeah.
'Cause the other guy looked like Jay.
Yeah, no,
Jay
the
and Silent
fat
Bob.
kid, Andy Milonakis, has a disorder. He has like
Yeah.
gray hair now. Like his hair is graying, and he still looks like a young man.
Let's
He's
see,
just-
he's 45 years old. I just
Yeah.
looked it up. He
Holy
looks like
crap.
he's fucking like
Yeah,
12.
he has some type of disorder that makes him
Yeah.
look mad. So when he had his own TV show, he was like over 30 years old. He was like,
Oh, have you
weird,
guys
like
seen
33.
Hasbullah?
No.
The
ahead.
child or the
Yeah.
the adult
okay,
man, the
yes.
adult child Hasbullah. He's like literally looks like a fucking toddler, but he's over 18
From
years
like the
old.
Ukraine, right, or some shit.
Or
like
no,
that,
I
or
think he's from like
uh,
Israel or one of those
he's-
states
well,
around there.
He's from the same place that Habib is from. And so it's from like Kazakhstan or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's from one of the stands.
Yeah, but he has
one of
like
the
one of the
stands.
he's from like
Yeah.
an old Soviet bloc state.
Yes, yeah,
And,
one of the
uh,
stands over there.
What is that? There's a bunch of fighters and stuff come out of this place now for like in MMA.
Uzbekistan or some shit like that.
But it's like
Oh, the Uzbeks
Super-
and the fucking Armenians have been
the
fighting
Armenians.
forever.
Yes,
I
they
think.
have been,
Yeah.
especially lately. They've
I've been
popping
reading.
off.
I've been reading a lot about that too. Like they just took over like some sort of territory in Azerbaijan or something, or the Azerbaijan took over
Yeah.
territory in Armenia.
Yeah,
You're
some
We're
weird
lost
stuff.
fucking fighting with the
Azerbaijani.
Kazakhs.
Arjar.
Azer,
I'm not
Az-
even
yeah,
gonna
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijani.
Azerbaijani.
Okay, so how many years did you do in the military?
I did 5, and then 5 and a quarter.
Why
Because I
you
did
get-
3 months.
Why did you
No, I'm
get
gonna
out?
help you.
Because I was kind of just sick of living everyone else's life. It's not really like your own life when you're in the military.
Right.
I was just
right.
kind of sick of that, and then the way politics were going, I was like, I need to get out. I'm not happy. Like, and also,
So that was like 2012,
yeah, and it was
around
just
there,
yeah,
like 23, 24.
yeah. I was 23 when I got out, and
Okay.
I was just like, I was done and over with the lifestyle. I had a rough going in New York 2 times, so I was like, I'm just ready to get out.
What was the first job that you had when you got out?
So I actually have been working the same job ever since
Okay.
I got out. So yeah, I got out. I went to college in Boston to Benjamin Franklin Institute of
It was
Technology.
finally the time.
Yep, I finally went back to school. I got an associate's degree in mechanical engineering technology.
How did you decide on that? To
Honestly,
go
I was playing a
from-
lot of Battlefield, and I was like fixing a bunch of vehicles. I'm like, let's be an engineer.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, I really kind of connect with this, and I really started taking off. So.
Okay.
And I really enjoy the field of engineering. There's a lot of cool technologies and stuff that you get to be a part of, and I understand some pretty high level, I think, physics and math related
Yeah.
and science stuff. Like, the chemistry is one of my. I love chemistry. I wouldn't say I'm even relatively good at basic chemistry, but it interests me greatly. So I understand how basic chemistry works and stuff like that.
And so what is it that you're doing now?
So
So you said when you got
yeah.
your associates in mechanical engineering,
Yep.
and you got your bachelor's.
Yeah. Oh no, I haven't got my bachelor's yet.
No shit.
Yeah.
Same-
So
okay. Okay.
still rolling on my
Yeah.
associates.
This is going for
Hey,
a doctor.
if it's
Yeah.
working, it's working.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
My future wife, she's working on her doctorate because she
If it
wants
ain't-
she wants the doctor title. So.
If it ain't
He's a
broke,
fucking
don't fix
badass.
it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? If you don't need it, don't fucking
Yeah.
get it.
Well, so yeah, no. Then I started out at my company back in 2014 after I got out of school.
Doing what?
As a technician, so I would do a lot of machine work, do testing setups, testing.
This is all for fire suppression.
Yeah,
systems, right?
like fire sprinkler fittings,
Okay.
mechanical fittings, stuff like
Can
that.
you share the name of your company? You don't have to.
If we could, I'd like to leave it.
That's
I just don't want to
absolutely fine.
associate.
That's absolutely
I don't
fine.
want
We'll
to.
talk after
yeah,
the cast.
That's
yeah.
absolutely fine.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think I know to this day.
Oh
the
yeah.
name of your
No,
company.
the only reason I don't want to do that is just because it's a larger corporation, it's very well known, and it's,
Absolutely.
if we talk about any, I
lot
want
of
to be able to talk
international
about like
business.
controversial stuff
Absolutely.
and not, have it be my own views and not have my company associated with
Well,
it.
No problem.
2021, bro.
Dude,
No problem at all.
unfortunately, it
That's
has
the
to be
world
that
we
way.
live in now.
But if I can protect my company and myself, everyone's happy. So
Absolutely.
Job
you're
security.
Yeah,
doing-
exactly.
So you're doing research and development for new fire suppression systems?
yes, or for different components, mainly fire sprinklers.
Okay.
So there's fucking more than you could ever imagine.
Oh,
You'd think it's
obviously.
really simple. It's not. It's not
Yeah.
even close.
Right. No, we just got a new security system. It took those
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
guys like 10 days to
Shit.
Oh, wow.
do everything.
Wow.
Goddamn.
Well, they upgraded the whole, apparently everything was on the cusp of outdating. And so
Oh, yeah.
they
Heaven
did.
forbid.
So now there's motion sensors in
Oh,
the building,
nice.
Ooh, dope.
Yeah.
and like cameras in the building. So that
Fuck yeah.
apparently my boss Tim was getting calls like every other week because the system was going off and not recognizing somebody was there, and
Uh-oh.
then he would have to either decide that he thought one of the employees was there working, or have to go down to figure out whether or not one of us is there.
So you became like the bane of his existence for a minute.
I'm
because
fucking
you
sure.
got-
I'm
because
showing
you're
up
there
at
super
5:30
early
in the
every
morning. Yeah, and he's like, God, is someone there right now, or
Fucking
is someone
Donovan is
breaking
going
in?
into work again.
Yeah, so I do have a camera directly above my table.
Nice.
so
so funny.
Nice.
yeah, so there's a couple
Yo,
here. They
watch this
upgraded
kid
all
over
of
here.
the
Yeah. No, it's
doors
funny
and
because
shit.
we have my company, I think, owns another security company. Like, we do a lot of building stuff, and so we the way my building is set up is no one can come in before 6 a.m.
Really?
because of these the security system.
These guys are working on proprietary materials and shit.
Yeah, a
and,
lot of it's a lot of it's very
new
proprietary.
things, and that makes sense.
Yeah, so,
I think of him basically as a secret agent at this point.
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
Like,
Because
he's
it's
so
not
mysterious.
it's not as cool as that, but
You
yeah.
work for a private sector company,
Yes,
right?
correct.
It's okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so I would imagine that when they
Oh,
come
yeah.
up with something new, they
But-
want to defend that.
Oh
you know?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't really see like people sneaking in and
will
like
take
trying to
one.
steal shit. I still got one over here,
Okay.
but thank you. Yeah, we really don't deal with other people trying to steal our technology or our ideas and designs and stuff. It's mostly you
Corporate
yeah,
espionage.
yeah. We really don't encounter that a whole lot. Fortunately, so. But no, like they just have the alarm set to turn off automatically at 6 a.m. And so one of our fellow employees came in. He was new. He came in, I think at like 5:30. Set off the alarm, and I'd come in early that morning. I got there around like I think 5:50, and I was waiting for the alarms to go off in my car.
You're
The
sitting
cops
in your
roll
car.
in, and they're like, "Hey, we got a call from the alarm company." And I was like, "Oh shit! Well, why don't you come on in? Because obviously he's a cop. He's in full uniform. Came
Yeah.
in a squad car, so don't really need to verify that. I mean, unless it's like fucking." Hans Gruber and his crew trying to steal all the money from
Fucking
Nakatomi
Hans
Plaza.
Gruber, bro.
Yeah, like I felt like I wasn't like this guy was, a proper authority figure. So I was like, "Here, come on in."
Dude.
Found the guy. I had to tell him right then and there, like, "Hey, this cop's here because you came in too early."
Was he just standing there working?
Yeah, he was just chilling, working. I was like, "Oh fuck." Well, he understands now that he can't come in. that
That's
early,
very
so.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's very, very
Too early,
interesting.
bro. You can't be
Yeah.
here right now.
I not.
We're on
They're
lockdown.
obviously very, very, very different deals.
Yeah.
But like, I just have it's like a fob to get into my.
Yeah.
building. They're like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
come and go whenever you want. You
Yeah.
know. Thank you very much.
Well, I
Like,
was telling
people
oh.
come in at like 2, and they don't.
Yeah.
Really,
Talk about that-
About it.
the physical penetration security testing. So I
Dude.
watch these physical penetration testers on YouTube, and they talk about what's called.
I feel like that can't be on YouTube. You
So-
can't put
so
physical
pause button.
penetration
Yeah.
on YouTube.
What is physical penetration in your mind when you hear that?
Well,
there better be a condom
Obviously.
involved. I'm
So
just
It's like a
kidding.
professional burglar.
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
assume now obviously in
Yeah.
context of what he does, it sounds
Yeah.
like it's for someone getting in something.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, an
Oh,
actual
absolutely.
body
Yeah.
getting it somewhere.
Yeah, no. So physical pen tester, they're usually hired by private companies or municipal, towns and
So
stuff.
ridiculous.
I know.
So ridiculous.
But no, they usually they'll be hired to come break into your building and check your security. Like, oh, we got into this room, we got into this room, we couldn't get into this room.
There used to be a show
Yeah.
on Discovery Channel.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Shit,
was it
maybe.
called? Yeah.
It's fucking called like not to catch a predator. That's all that I can think of.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not it. But it has something to do with a burglar.
don't you go ahead and sit down? Why
Hire
don't
a
you go-
burglar or
Yeah.
some shit like that. And they would find a dude.
Yeah.
And he was a professional burglar for
Yeah.
like 10 years. And he would go and he would break into your house and
Yeah.
show you how easy it was to get into
Oh,
your
yeah.
house, steal all your shit.
Yeah.
And then he would go over your house and be like, you
But
should have this.
there's
and this
people
and
who
this,
are
and
literally like white hat professional burglars whose
That-
job it is to test the security of sites.
That's insanity.
And some of the shit these guys like say just on their YouTube videos, you're like, no fucking
It takes
shit.
a thief.
Yeah.
It takes a thief.
Yeah.
That's
There it is.
thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's the name of the show. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
what the name of the
nice.
show
I
is,
haven't
where-
seen it.
So that he has to just be a physical penetration tester
Yeah.
before anyone knew what that was.
Exactly.
I mean, no one even knows
no,
what that
they
is
were-
now
they were
because I still
showing-
thought it was about a dick. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, no, they teach you how to use like fucking garbage that you find on site to like jimmy open doors or slide a lock or something. They also use there's these doors called Rex that have Rex sensors, and if you badge into a place but you don't have to badge out to it, you're more than likely to have a Rex sensor, which is request to exit. That's what Rex means. REX.
Okay.
And what it does is when you leave, there's an infrared thermal sensor that all it's looking for is a change in temperature. It doesn't matter if it's hotter, colder. It's just looking for a delta T. Delta T is just difference in temperature. And as soon as it detects it, it unlocks the door and opens it up. So you can use implements such as, like the little air in a can that you get for your computer board.
yeah.
You
like
take one of
dust
those, flip it upside down, stick the little nozzle through the fucking door, and boom, you're right in.
That's wild.
And then guess what? It doesn't fucking log a key card, so it doesn't log. It doesn't. It just knows that someone
off.
requested to
Any
exit,
temperature. Yeah.
and it makes it look like in the system someone exited.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like kind of
Wow.
like. Yeah, and they also talk about like taking over and hijacking elevators with basic keys, also call boxes, stuff like that. Like, and they bust into like municipal places,
It's
like
on
municipal. Yeah,
Fucking YouTube,
yeah,
man.
you gotta love it.
Fucking YouTube.
They're like, oh
You
yeah,
can't say no words,
Yeah.
but you can throw some like professional
Yeah.
burglar
Yeah.
shit in there.
and they teach you how to like secure your just a basic door like that. Like they have these cool little lock pins that one goes in the door, one goes in the door frame, and then when they go like this, you can't take that door off the hinges. Because that's one of their things is they're like, instead of picking a lock, we'll just fucking pop all the pins out of the hinge. Because
Yeah.
why are you
why
going to
would
waste
you?
your time picking a lock when you can just remove the
Just
entire
push the
door,
door out?
in 5
Yeah.
seconds?
Or just
Like they bring up a lot of cool points like that, like, and you start to think more simply, and sometimes that's better.
there was a really big gun store burglary
Oh.
a couple years ago now.
Yeah.
Right, the
Less
other
than
day?
3 years ago.
And they did
Endorsed.
it real simple,
Yeah.
man. Like
Oh yeah.
basically they just took a truck right to the back of the door, tied it off, tried it
On
on
the
there,
bars.
and then just drove.
Yeah.
And then pulled the right thing, just pulled the fucking bar door right
Oh,
off,
fuck
and then
yeah.
just went in there and just loaded up the gun
Okay,
and shit.
they literally took a barrel, a wood
Yes.
barrel, and filled it with 99 guns. 99 pistols and long guns. They just threw into this barrel and
Yep.
then threw it in
Holy
the bed of a
shit.
truck. They got rid of almost half of them before anybody got caught. It was a bunch of kids under 25 years old.
Yeah.
One, I
It's
think the youngest
simple.
was 17.
Simple always fucking works well.
And it's this store. It's called Borner's Gun Store.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
a fucking
It's a huge
tiny.
I mean, well, as far as gun stores,
As
Yeah,
far as gun
okay,
stores,
yeah.
it's a large store, but
Yeah.
relative to stores, it's a very small
Oh,
store.
yeah, yeah.
And attached to like a little.
it's got to
like-
be a little
Shit.
bigger than this room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Dude, load-
attached to like a small, like a little quick stop. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Middle of the night. They
that's
pulled
like
it
Yeah,
out.
that's right. They got that little convenience store there
Yes.
too.
My car friends and I have a saying: "This simple is more reliable." So the most reliable car is the simplest. So that would be a rear-wheel drive, manual transmission, naturally aspirated car, because you don't have to worry about fucking four-wheel drive failing. You don't have to worry about your automatic transmission fucking failing because there's less moving parts.
Yeah.
You're not fucking pushing hydraulic fluid to pinch the
Simple is
planetary.
better.
Like it lasts longer.
Yeah.
Simple. That's why AK-47s are so fucking robust, because there's nothing to them.
Yeah.
You know, they have loose tolerances, the fewest moving parts Glocks. Again, I
Yeah,
read a book
Glock's
about
legit.
Gaston Glock and how he submitted his design
Oh, by the way, I'm
to the Austrian army.
after the podcast.
yeah.
I'm gonna talk to you about my next pistol that I'm picking up from my
Ooh,
broskies.
yum, yum, yum.
Because we talked about that. You remember my
Yeah.
brother's fun little sidearm? They call it the cop. What was it?
The
The cop killer or something like that.
Yeah.
It's got these like mini rifle rounds basically for it.
5.7.
Yeah, the
5.7
5.7.
by 28.
He's getting
Yeah.
a new one. So
He's
yeah,
getting a new one?
He's getting yeah, it's a different one. So
Juice.
he's
Fuck
getting a
him.
new one.
I'm buying it. You can't have it. I'm buying it.
Yeah.
You can't have it. I was on this before either of you two fucks. You can't have it.
The 5.7?
Wait.
Yes.
I've been reading about 5.7
I was
before.
hitting them both up, and I was like, dog. I'm like, this is my Boog sidearm. Like, this is my shit. And the Ruger 5.7 came out, and I was like, motherfuckers, I'm priced in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. And then fucking Chad is like, oh, by the way, I'm fucking buying this gun and fucking this gun and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, but I fucking didn't buy an air conditioner. Like, I'd suck a dick for an air conditioner. Oh, you have a fucking Ruger 5.7. You're waiting for another pistol, but you don't have a fucking air conditioner.
How about
Fuck
this, bro?
you
How
and
about
fuck
this?
Chad.
I
You
will,
can't have it. It's mine.
Once we do the purchase,
Give it.
I'll get it to you for a real good deal.
Fuck you.
Real good deal. Only 25% over asking.
Amen.
I've been on the 5.7 for a long
Oh, dude,
time.
no.
It's beastly.
I've
I
been
think
on the
he's getting
5.7
it's
since
like a slightly shorter, or
back
slightly
in the
longer.
fucking day.
And so he was like, yeah, man.
Dude.
I mean, I'll tell you what's up. I'm like,
Fuck
No,
Chad.
word.
Fuck you, Chad.
Dude, no, I remember when the 5.7 was only shot by two guns. The FN 5.7 and the FN P90.
The FNP 90,
The
bro. The
P90.
P90
with the crazy long mag.
Dude, that thing, they
that was
actually
so cool.
turn the round fucking 90
Yes.
degrees to fire it. And it has
Is
like
that
an
what they call it?
insane
P90?
rate of
It
fire.
rotates 90.
Probably.
The first time I ever saw a P90 was in the original, I believe it was in there.
SG1.
Like GoldenEye or something.
They did have it in, yeah, but it was
Yeah.
in the original GoldenEye video.
Oh,
game.
yes,
There was a
yeah.
P90.
They
But
called
yeah,
it
I forgot.
the...
In the original
Yeah.
SG1 Stargate show, they had some P90s for a
Yeah,
minute.
that's
P90's
right.
badass,
It's a
bro. That
legit
little
gun.
Dude.
puppet's so fucking small too.
So dope.
It's
Yes.
fucking, it's small, it's fast, it's like a fucking angry nest of hornets.
And the kick, from what I understand,
Yeah.
like a Ruger 5.7
It's an
is like
angry
nothing.
fucking
like,
gun.
It's like
Yeah.
as far as the
Well,
handle
it's like a
goes,
22 Magnum.
Yeah, it's fucking
It's like a
nothing.
22
you know?
Magnum
It's
if you've
just,
ever shot in
there's
one of
just so
those.
much powder
Yeah.
behind that little bullet that it'll just the light armor piercing handgun
Yeah.
is one of the coolest things I've ever heard of in my whole life.
So
When
dope.
Colin and I, we've talked about a million times, like when we first started the podcast, like, no one needs an AR-15, and that's fucking stupid, and that's ridiculous.
God.
Like,
Long
and,
way, bro.
and
Yeah.
now I'm just like, I really need a pistol that penetrates light armor.
Yeah.
Like, I really need that in my life. That's my next.
Dude, just
What
get a
did I do to
fucking,
this
what
guy?
is it?
It's,
Get a Taurus Judge or whatever.
It's-
The
that's-
judge,
The
bro.
fucking
My
410
brother-
shotgun
yeah,
shell, like,
my brother has a judge.
Oh,
and
my
it's
fuck.
The cylinder on the revolver.
Yeah, it's
literally
long.
like this long.
You
They
can-
legit shoot what?
You
Like a
could shoot-
410
It'll
shotgun
shoot a
round?
45 long.
Yeah,
Colt.
it shoots 45 long Colt,
So
I think
it's-
45 ACP, and then 410 shotgun
The
shell.
ACP won't fit. It's
Oh,
not, It's
really?
not wide enough.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
when David
Yeah.
first got it, he bought a box of 45, and it's not wide enough.
Oh.
They'll fall through.
Has he tried GAP?
Yeah, I don't think so. Probably
Okay.
not. But
'Cause, yeah,
but the long
45
Colts-
GAP is like a weird fucking round because it was developed by Glock. It stands for Glock Automatic Pistol.
Oh.
And then ACP is Automatic Colt Pistol.
yeah,
That's what AC.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's a
I learned
10
something
Yeah,
today.
dude, I'll
40,
teach you some
45
stuff.
ACP and 10 millimeters, technically 10 ACP
Yeah.
as well, especially
Okay.
by like SIG rounds. The SIG
Oh, yeah.
boxes always say 10 ACP on them.
I've been listening to a lot of the Meat Eater podcasts again, obviously, because hunting season's coming up.
Oh,
We've
nice,
shared
yeah,
hunting
we've-
stories already.
Yeah, my
But,
fucking grueling winter hunt.
Yes, man. In
Falling
the
in
bogs,
rivers,
bro,
yeah.
the bogs, the nasty
Getting lost in a
swamps.
swamp and swimming through a river in
Have
the
you
middle
always
of
been
December.
have you always been into hunting?
No, not until I got to Rhode Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you move to Rhode Island?
Fuck, 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
And so just a couple of years after you got out of the military.
Oh, yeah, pretty
And
much.
why did your job move, or you just decided?
No,
to
so
move
it had
to a
always been there.
different-
I was living in Attleboro, Mass, which is a town in
Okay.
southern Mass.
So your
Just
job's
down-
in Rhode Island.
Yeah, my job's
Okay.
always been in Rhode
Okay, so you
Island.
were commuting
Yeah,
back and forth.
exactly.
How far was your commute before you moved?
Maybe 30 minutes.
All those
So it
fucking
wasn't
states,
bad.
dude,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
so
this.
tiny.
Exactly.
Why they call it New England?
So,
It's
but-
not even. There's no point in even calling different states.
Yeah.
It's just just a gang of fucking areas.
That's why they only have one football team, bro.
So-
That's how you know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
The Wingwood is one territory.
That's
Get
all you
used to
get.
it.
One territory.
Um,
That's what we need to do. We need to fuck all state lines. We need to redraw the map based off of like professional football teams.
Yes.
It would just make
Oh,
so
fuck
much
yeah.
more sense.
Well, New England is like.
There'd be so much
third
less.
of the
There'd be
original
less so much
colony.
Yeah.
anger.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, because what states are in New England?
There are there's Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island.
But Connecticut's not really a state. We know
Nah,
that, right?
wait, Connecticut's kind of, it's just where fucking 95 resides.
Exactly.
And I was telling Colin, I was like, in Connecticut, there's like a disparaging difference between like economic classes. Like you're either dirt fucking poor or you have money.
It's like how many people are even in Connecticut? Like
There's a lot.
7?
There's a lot of
There's a
people,
lot.
bro.
There's
a
like
lot
if
of
you
people
go
Is
out
that
in
why
the
it's compact?
Yeah,
That's
if
why
you-
you can be so poor is because there's so many
Yes.
people
well,
there.
yeah, like if you go up and down to like certain towns, especially off 95, like Bridgeport is a really rough, poor area.
Yeah, you had
Bridgeport's
that
rough.
from
But then
there,
they
right?
also
Yeah.
have Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods, which are like those
Little
areas you'll
casinos.
find people with
Yes.
who are more economically
Yeah.
advantaged, stuff like that.
I believe the WWE's headquarters
Yeah, it's in
is
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Maury Povich, I think. Steve Wilkos, one of my favorites.
Is in Connecticut?
Yeah, is in.
Really?
I signed up to get tickets to Steve Wilkos.
Yes.
Is that like that's
Get the
Jerry
hell
Springer's
off
thing?
my stage!
Well, he used to be the head
Oh
security
yeah,
guard
for
Jerry
Jerry
Springer.
Springer. Yeah, and he was a
And
cop
now-
in Chicago, and I think he was a Marine as well.
Chicago cop?
Now
Yeah.
he has his
Back
own
in
TV
Chicago.
show.
But no,
which is
I actually
Jerry
Jerry
Springer with a different host.
I actually do like the Steve Wilkos show because he comes on and he actually tries to help people. Like I know
Yeah.
it's like televised and they make a big fucking circus show out of it, but it's like, these people want fucking answers for like, DNA tests or lie detector tests.
Right.
There's some really fucked up things that people come on the show for, like a lot of child molestation.
Isn't it
It makes you
odd?
feel
a lot
real
of
good about your
killings
own
and
life.
shit.
Isn't
Yeah.
it odd the way that we have, as a country, because it's a national TV show,
Yeah.
have found to trivialize some of the biggest things that can happen in your life.
Seriously.
Whether or not someone
No,
is
like-
the father of your child.
Yeah.
Whether or not someone has murdered someone in
Yeah.
your family.
Yeah,
Whether or not they have
seriously.
lied deeply about stealing thousands of dollars from you.
Yes.
All these things Steve Wilkos will provide
Yeah,
you
and
the
he
answers
fucking-
to. What the fuck?
He fucking
Daytime
calls you out on
television,
national
baby.
television. He calls you out on national fucking television, and people are like, "Boo!" And you're like, "Wow, at least I'm not
Weird.
that fucking guy." Like
At least I'm not him.
yeah.
What did we do to ourselves in this country, bro?
You know what?
That's it.
You know what? I say it all the time. It's so much easier not to fuck up in the first place
Yeah.
than to fuck up. And it's like when you look back, you're like, man, I really fucked up. I could have avoided that. And it's so easy to be like, oh, wait, I shouldn't fucking do this. But people don't like to do that.
Yep.
They just are like, you know what? My feelings are more important. I don't want to think about this more logically.
No.
Let me just fucking pull the trigger on this situation and fucking make my life worse.
Yep. There's so much, and especially over the last year and a half,
Yeah.
like deep personal relationships
Mm.
have been torn apart
Over
because
fucking
of-
nonsense.
because of
Political
people, like,
parties,
just
Yes.
emotions,
fucking COVID,
So I'm
and
glad you,
emotions,
I'm
yeah.
glad you brought that up because that moves kind of to my next section. of
Perfect.
questions,
See,
right?
I'm-
Especially,
yeah.
especially since you've had the same job this whole time.
Yeah.
There's really no need
No.
to,
I've been
so you-
working there long
so you
and
didn't
strong.
lose your job
Yeah.
when COVID happened,
No.
right? So what were 2019? I remember 2019 January.
Yeah.
Colin and I, just after Christmas, we were recording in this room.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
like, COVID, right? We're like, isn't it crazy? Like all this stuff is happening in China.
Yeah, I
Isn't
was
it so
reading about
insane?
those too.
And then
I'm like, when's it coming to the U.S. and going to take over?
yes, and then in May, maybe March.
I think
or
March
May,
19th when the market crashed. That's
We
officially
were-
when like COVID fucking
I
stuff.
forgot the
That's
market
when I
crash was
noticed,
big.
and I fucking pumped a bunch of money into Ford and doubled it. I was like,
Really?
Because Ford is a fucking safe bet, and they pay out high dividends.
Okay, and so that was going to be. I remember because we talked
Yeah.
about it. I remember like the day we had our first live show scheduled was the same day that like everything was closed.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
did a live
Got
show,
canceled.
and
We did a
After
empty
that-
live show.
after
jeez.
that, everything was different.
Yeah.
So at that
I love
point,
when
you're
the market
saying
crashes though.
in March, you dumped a bunch of money into Ford.
Oh fuck yeah.
What else? What else big changed in your life at that time?
I mean, I did some working from home for a couple months, and I was
Okay.
I was actually working on my undergraduate degree for mechanical engineering, my bachelor's degree. From,
How different was it for you to work from home than to work?
I mean,
were they sending you proprietary materials at your house to fucking look at it?
yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
well,
that's all right.
I have a work laptop, then I connect through VPN. So I do like a lot of modeling for in CAD software,
CAD, oh,
computer aided design and stuff. So 3D drawings
Do
and
you and
modeling.
Colin send each other like CAD dicks throughout the day?
Yeah.
Not
No.
dicks, but we send each other like, be like, yo, look at this epic clusterfuck of a just line work everywhere. And be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
bro,
You're
CAD
not-
lifestyle,
You're
bro.
not making a 3D dick and CAD and sending it to Colin?
Oh, I should.
Yeah, you definitely should.
But the amount of time that would take, bro, would be so.
How long do you think it would make you to take a decent-looking 3D dick?
Maybe like 5 to 8 hours.
Yeah. Like
If you
went,
put some time
That's
into
a long
it.
time.
Yeah.
if we went straight up like,
Yeah, I mean, it would be a bunch
Jeff
of-
Bezos rocket,
yeah.
like the phallus rocket,
dude,
where it's
Jeff
all
Be-
cylindrical.
That's
and
a
straight
smooth.
dick,
Yeah.
right? What
It's
is
a
that
long
about?
straight shaft complete with 2 balls.
Yeah,
And they're like,
That's-
it's just so we can see. We can all stand together in the head of the dick
Yeah.
and look out. You're going to space in a cock. Like,
Okay.
that's
So-
a
No, you know
dick.
what? That's a fucking fitting spacecraft for him because he is a giant dick.
Yes, he is. He is a giant.
No,
penis.
no, I fucking hate seeing those like on Hulu. Amazon has a commercial out now, like telling people like, oh, you need to be worried about climate change and you need to fucking do something. And it's like, no, Jeff Bezos, why don't you fucking spend like a third of your fucking wealth and actually do something productive other than send your own fucking ass, you and your stupid
because
fucking
it's
brother to
so
space.
much easier just to virtue signal and spend
Yeah.
an exponential amount of money on your virtue signal.
Yeah.
But I will say, I have seen. Have you guys seen the meme of? So y'all remember Dr. Evil from Austin
Yes.
Powers, right?
Keep
course,
talking
yeah.
about yes. When you're done.
And I don't remember which Austin Powers movie it is, but he eventually launches out of like his super secret base and
Yeah.
stuff in the rocket,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
got the 2 fuel tanks on the bottom.
Yes.
It looks like a giant.
Yeah, that's
dick.
what I was.
Because
Yeah.
the first one, he's in the big boy, right?
Yo.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
Looks
yeah,
like a big
so
one,
like
sir.
there's that meme going around of the Dr. Evil penis rocket going
Yeah.
up and the Jeff Bezos penis rocket
Yeah.
going up, and we go, he's a fucking supervillain.
Yeah,
He
he
is.
Can we
is.
just call it
Yeah.
right now?
No, he has more than $100 million. He has over $100 billion. Like, he is Dr. fucking Evil. He's even bald. Like, where's your white fucking cat, you weirdo?
So we would be remiss if we brought you on this podcast and didn't talk about politics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So let's
Open
talk
it
at
up.
least a little bit.
Open it up.
Why you're a big supporter of the show, right? We've
Yeah.
talked about that. You
Oh,
watch the
yeah.
show all the time. What is it that attracts you to our show?
So I think like the down to earth, easy to understand aspect
Also, you
of the
know
politics.
Colin, so
Yes.
that's,
yeah. Also, I know
It
Colin.
goes a long ways.
Yeah.
I have
But
a big reach.
but what you call it? No, like the down to earth political commentary and stuff. Like you can actually understand, and it's also funny.
I appreciate that.
It's
What-
funny.
Yeah.
What political topics fire you up most? Right. It seems like
Oh,
it seems
yeah.
like you're into guns.
Yo, big
right?
time.
So
That's a big box ticking.
So that's got to be one. I know,
like
like for
the
myself,
government is another. Like just the size of our fucking government pisses me off.
Okay, so you are more into small government over.
Oh, I'm a hardcore libertarian.
Okay.
I am like I live and breathe the libertarian life. Like I don't think that anyone has the fucking right or entitlement to infringe on anyone else's right and way of life.
Personal responsibility, personal liberty,
Yeah,
personal freedom.
exactly.
personal
If
choice.
you want
Okay.
if you want to be secure, if you want to be safe, you need to fucking provide that for you because guess what? Out in nature, you're not fucking guaranteed any of that shit.
Amen.
So you can
Absolutely.
take those fucking thoughts and feelings about that shit and toss them out back because guess what? They don't exist in the real world.
Yeah, that bear's still going to come up and it's going to tear you
Yeah.
to pieces if you're not prepared to defend
If a
yourself.
if a meteor lands on your house, fucking wipes you out, what fucking guarantee? What safety and security were you guaranteed by your government? None.
Yeah.
I've been looking
None.
at, just to speak to that, and I'm sure you can both relate to this. I've been looking at emergency food.
Oh yeah, like
Stores and
MRATs
shit
and
like
shit.
that. Yeah. And so I, find a couple different places and like talking to Jordan about it. And I'm like, these are like I'm gonna buy this little sample thing just so we can try, just so we can
Yeah.
try the food,
Nice.
and like
Yeah,
see if we
absolutely.
like it, and then we'll try another place and see like whatever food we like the best. And we'll buy a large portion from this place. And like so I'm telling her like, oh, like in the big pack, like this comes and this comes and this comes. She's just like laughing. She's like, yeah, I guess that's fine. And I'm like, I get that it's funny, like, but also this is emergency food. I'm like,
Yeah.
so it's not like you have to put yourself in the mindset of like
You need
emergency
to,
rations.
You
Like,
gotta save this shit.
she's like, well, I guess I just can't really
I mean,
do that, She's like, why would we need that? And I got very serious.
What?
And I turned to her and I said, okay, so I said, in the wildest scenario,
Yeah.
I said, Paul and I are doing a show, I said, in which I fully accept that if we gain in popularity, the government does not like what we're having to say.
No.
Hard no.
Said I'm
You're literally
fully-
saying everything the government doesn't want you to say.
said I'm fully accepting of the idea that as the power of the government grows and we say more things the government doesn't like,
It's gonna
There-
become like China.
there may very well be services that we are denied.
Yeah.
Very well may be that way
Banking.
because
Well,
because the
All
government
sorts of
is
things.
watching us.
Yep.
We know that that's happening already. Right?
Yeah.
Said,
Yeah.
said in a more realistic sense, that if the government goes in a very authoritarian way and everything is ruined because they have closed everything down, so
Yeah.
that you're having to go to them for rations. So we're going to be really happy we have this food in the basement, so we don't have to worry about it. If, God forbid, something happens and we can't fucking leave Keyport, said in the military has to drop off rations. There's a lot of old people here.
Yeah.
So we don't
Oh, yeah.
we don't need that food more than they do.
Yeah.
So if we can deny those rations and just take water they're dropping
Oh,
off
well,
to
that's
cook
fine,
our own
yeah.
food, that's good. You
Yeah.
know, so there's a myriad of different scenarios in which we
Well,
could
so
need these
I
things.
also I'm a firm believer in the art of foraging your own
Ab-
food out of the
absolutely.
woods,
Absolutely.
being able to grow your own food, being able to hunt. Those are important skills to have because
Oh, yeah.
if you're out there on your own, like
Yep.
if there's some sort of like regime change and shit goes fucking bonkers, like
Yeah.
you need to be able to survive. You need to be able to protect yourself. You need to be able to sustain yourself out in the to operate. You know.
And those are the time, especially as things have gone crazier, you know, been more discussion about like, oh, bug out bags and this and this and this. And like
Yeah.
in a long term, bug out in itself has become a widely discussed topic. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
a
You're
lot
not
of
a
people
prepper
yeah.
anymore. if you
No,
got a
and
bug out
especially
bag.
because
Yeah.
a lot of dudes like only have bug out bags for themselves. What
Yeah.
about your kids and your
What
wife?
about- yeah,
you know,
what
like
about
if
your
you
family?
all have to leave, then
Yeah.
what do? You know, so
Yeah.
bugging out is not a long term
No.
strategy. You know, but if you have a bug out bag for you and your family and shit. If you
Yeah.
can go to somewhere in the woods for like 3 weeks
Yeah.
until maybe things
Things
have
cool
calmed down a
down,
little
yeah.
bit, then you can go back home. Maybe shit's back open again. Like those are the times in which a bug out bag, you know, or
Yeah.
some type of like cash
Yeah.
or something would be a more realistic.
yeah.
Like 2019 has been a crazy fucking time. You know.
Yeah.
And 2019 and 2020 have melded together as the
Oh,
same
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
year.
it's just the COVID era, right?
Yeah.
So, did you notice within yourself any deep shifts in your personal morals or things that were very important to you or things
for
like
sure,
that?
yeah.
And
No,
what were
I
some
was
of those
like,
things?
I was like, you know what? If shit goes fucking awry, I'm willing to do whatever is necessary in order to fucking survive. It doesn't matter. I will dig deep down into that fucking grit and just do whatever I need to.
Did you quote unquote like panic buy anything during
Not
that
really.
time? So you already had, and I don't want to air you out or anything, so you can cut this out if you need. But did you already have like plates and stuff like that before plates and plate carrier, all that before?
Oh yeah,
2019?
absolutely.
You
Yeah, I
already
had
okay.
you know I had ammo stocked up, guns and shit stocked up.
You were geared up.
Oh
for all
yeah.
that. Because I had just started to step foot in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Of like firearms. You
Yep.
know, and I've only
Yep.
had this maybe 2.5 years. I've
Okay.
had this handgun.
Nice.
Had the
And I see the
AR
Volt
for-
knot.
Yeah. And I've had.
Be careful with those because
I appreciate that you.
people with
Yeah,
Volt-
man, we had
Yeah.
like a thing the other day.
Oh, so
Interesting.
people, the Volknots actually, don't ever get a tattoo of them because people who get Volknot tattoos usually die very violent deaths.
So this
Really?
is from a
Yes.
company called Odin Holsters.
Okay.
I mean that's
Yeah, that's Odin's symbols, the Volknot.
So
Yeah.
this
'Cause
that's
Papa
what
Neil,
the
I
name
don't
of
know if
this
you knew this.
holster is exactly the Volknut.
Oh yeah.
So that's I believe why it has this. That's their logo for the company, but.
Because he is a
Modern Viking.
dyed-in-the-wool, modern Viking, Norse religion practitioner, follower.
Yeah.
So he sees that and he understands
don't know it
something
all.
different
Yeah.
than like us normies
No,
would too.
and I appreciate it because I
And I don't know it all, and I don't attest to know it all. I wouldn't even say I'm like
No,
super
no.
knowledgeable
Yeah.
about it,
No.
but I know how to read runes. I know how to read runic staves and stuff like that, and I know like
Step
the
ahead of most
culture, the
people.
mythology and stuff, the
No.
stories. Some
Every
of the
time I have
saga.
a Norse question, I'm like,
yeah,
this is my guy.
And I
Hey
couldn't-
man, what's the deal with this? He's like, oh, let me tell you all about
Yeah.
this.
and I couldn't have told you any of that about this, but I appreciate it even more because I think it speaks to the shift in my mindset over that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You know? And far
Well-
be it for me to be like, I'll fucking lay my life down for whatever, you know. But
yeah,
the shift from just carrying a gun to be like, I think I need an AR to like,
Yeah.
I should maybe pick up plates in a carrier to like,
Yeah.
I should maybe have a full kit to
Yeah.
like, I should really
Oh, I
maybe
have
know
a
how
whole-
to do all of this
Yeah.
very well and like
Dude,
be able
my-
to defend myself and my family, my well-being and my friends and my country and like,
Yeah.
you know, I think that like that was one of the bigger shifts for me.
Oh,
Like, so
fuck
just
yeah.
having a handgun to like all of this
yourself,
is,
yeah.
I mean, there was a time during like the midst of COVID where I was fairly certain I was going to be like taking a rifle to the store with me.
Oh yeah,
know?
yeah, same.
That's-
There was some times where I'm like, I need something shorter so that I can fucking move around and operate.
I drove here many times with my rifle.
Oh, yeah.
Many times. I know
Many times.
when we started getting shadow banned and shit,
Yep.
and all that was happening, I was like, someone's watching me. Like,
Yeah.
someone is watching me because we're doing all these things together. Our
Yeah.
things are getting shadow banned. He's getting shadow banned. He's never on the fucking internet. Like, I'm getting shadow
Yeah.
banned. Like, all this shit. We're going to close the fuck down. Like, somebody's
Oh,
watching us.
yeah.
Somebody's paying attention to who we are. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere without this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Especially political outings. I'm not going anywhere where I'm going to say something where
Well,
I'm not going to be
yeah.
prepared to defend myself. Which just feels so weird to fucking say
Yeah.
because there's
You should
9
never have
people
to do that
who-
in America, but you're forcing people, due to the way things have gone over the last year and a
yeah.
half, to fucking think like that,
Yeah.
which
Well,
is a
so-
serious problem.
So I always think like a reconnaissance scout. I want to be low profile. I want to be as much out of the view as possible. I want to be able to conceal myself or cover myself.
a gray
like-
man, if
Yeah,
you will.
a gray
Ooh,
man.
the
Like
gray
I want to
man,
be able
yeah.
to disappear into the shadows if necessary to be able to operate behind whatever.
This
It doesn't
backpack
matter.
I purchased.
Yeah.
I've actually talked
backpack.
on the show before. First of all, it fits my whole
Oh,
like
fuck
a full
yeah.
IFAC
Nice.
inside here, but it
Yep.
also
Always
will,
carry the
Nice,
IFAC,
dude.
bro.
Oh
but
yeah.
I also bought it because it will fit a 10.5-inch
Oh,
AR with
fuck
a folding
yeah,
stock on it
nice.
that you can drop
Yeah.
it right in here, and then you have your IFAC here.
Oh,
so I
fuck
have
yeah.
the other bag
could
that
love
we
this
kit,
bro.
took, like
So I
this is the shit that actually is on my carrier. This
Oh,
is the kit
nice.
that like I take this
Okay.
off of my kit to
Yeah.
take out here. But and then I have that other backpack, the black one that you and I, when we went hiking last week, that has
Oh wow.
I can fit my plate carrier, my battle belt, and my
Yeah.
rifle in this one
Oh
backpack.
shit. Yeah.
And take it. It's
Fuck yeah. That's nice.
Dude's on another level, bro.
Yeah.
And
Well, I set up my hunting gear actually to be able to like kind of scout and survive out in the wilderness.
you have
Yeah.
like a chest rig that you take out hunting
Sometimes, but I wear an old German web gear.
with you. Okay.
But I'll wear steel plate or Kevlar vest depending on what I'm hunting.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going out for deer in Rhode Island, it's either slug, black powder, or bow. And
Which is wild to me.
Yeah.
we were
You're
talking
hunting
about
black
that last
powder,
night.
huh?
no, I hunt shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that up
Shotgun
close and
fucking
sneaky.
deer with a slug, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like that is hard fucking cool.
You get real
Yeah.
fucking close with that shit.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah. No, we do some sneaking around in those woods up there, over there.
And you'd be out there with plates on, huh?
Yeah. With fucking because you know what I was
That's
telling
savage.
him.
Everybody's got those.
I was telling him.
Absolutely.
Some guy took a brush shot one year and killed his 14-year-old son.
Shit happens all
So,
the time.
people-
Not all
yeah.
the time, but
Yeah.
fairly
People are fucking
frequently.
stupid and they'll fucking shoot anything that moves. And you know what? I know a fucking level 3 vest will take a fucking 12-gauge slug and I should be able to get up and walk away. But
Yep.
And that's like I have special threat plates from Hesco, right? So
Yeah,
so they'll
nice.
stop like
probably a few armor piercing rounds.
They'll,
and
they'll
shit,
stop
yeah.
the green tip AR and the brown tip AK rounds.
Yeah, maybe
and
some armor piercing
I've
3.0
seen-
sit through the
I've seen them
outsticks and
stop
shit.
some 308s. They're not rated for 308, but I've seen them
Yeah,
stop for
okay.
308 before. So like, I was fine with that when I was so scared at the time. I was like, I need something that will handle
Yeah.
street shit. You know,
Oh, fuck
but
yeah.
We live in such a wooded area that I was like, I need level 4 plates because if this fucking guy's sitting with a 6.5 Creedmoor
Yeah.
on the roof of his house because he thinks someone coming to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Vibe check my ass from 500 yards
Yeah.
away, and I'm fucking dying. Like,
So-
with a special threat plate, I'm dead, you know?
Yeah, and so I like to try to buy guns with similar caliber. So the majority of my handguns are all 45. Because
Okay.
if you're gonna get shot by my
Respectable.
handgun, I'm fucking putting you on the ground.
And you're gonna,
yeah,
you're
and
definitely
you're not.
gonna
I
know
don't want
about
you
it.
getting back up. You're going on the ground. The end.
Few people are taking a 45 and not falling
Yeah.
down. You
This
know?
is like my
Nice.
favorite round, dude. It
Look
is
at that.
6.5 Creedmoor.
6.5 Creedmoor. It's got a nice little plastic core tip.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he
Hardcore.
decides
Like
that,
that-
he's gonna vibe
like,
check
look at
someone
that.
from
Yeah.
the other side of the block with that, you're going down.
And
Even-
like, do you have a
even maybe with-
5.56 round I could compare this to for the viewers?
Yeah.
5.56?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Those
I
two-
think
two-
Or
those are
203.
223s,
Well,
but-
223
It's
and
the same thing,
5.56
it's the same
is
casing, yeah.
interchangeable. Well, you can shoot 223 out of a 5.56, but you
Not
can't
the
shoot
other way around.
5.56 out of it.
Steel case, but
Okay, it doesn't matter. I
It's
just
the
want to
same.
show. So there's something I want to explain to people about these two rounds.
I
So,
love this. I love having another gun, dude.
oh
so
yeah.
good, dude.
So
I
like
knew
if
you
you
guys were gonna
if you
vibe.
look at the casings, they're very similar in height. The
Very
projectiles are very very different in height. But
One of
look at
those
how
take you
fat.
The barrel of powder on the
Yeah,
back of that.
like look at how fucking thick that is compared to a little 5.56. This thing
is going to rip you a new asshole.
The
This guy,
velocity,
yeah.
yeah.
I can't
Here, let me see
imagine.
those. Real
And
quick.
people
I
are
think my
people are
camera
like,
roll.
oh, an AR-15 is a high-powered round or high-powered rifle. It's not.
No.
They're really not, unless you're shooting like a the
The
6.8.
focus on these
Yeah,
cameras right now is killing me.
Well, I
that's
think
okay.
There were a couple years ago they did a government study. Actually, Shootarugi, right?
Shootarugi?
When I did that
Shootarugi.
class, he was talking to me about it. His buddy Jake and I did a shooting class with.
Oh,
Do you know
nice.
who Shootarugi is?
No.
He's during
The gun
the
grab guy.
during
Oh,
the
shit.
Seattle riots. Yeah,
Oh.
he's the weapon snatcher, right? So during the Seattle
Motherfucker.
riots,
Yeah.
there was a rider that took an AR out of a police
Oh,
vehicle.
and yeah, he got the-
snatched
yeah.
it. Yeah. So Jake and I, his buddy Jake and I, took a pistol class with that guy.
Oh,
like
nice.
A
We will
two-year-old
also
pistol
meet
class.
this evening.
Yeah,
Hell
very
yeah.
cool. And he was talking about a government study they did a couple years ago that it takes an average of 5 rounds, the 5.56, to put someone down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that's an amalgamation of people, of children, adults, anybody from any size.
Yeah.
An average of 5 rounds.
That's a lot of
It's
rounds, bro.
definitely
Yeah.
not going to take you 5, 6.5 Greenville rounds to put someone
No.
on the ground.
Well, so like fucking AR-15s are intermediary rifles. They're not high powered rifles. If you want a high powered rifle, you're looking at like 270, 308, fucking 30-06, 7.62 by 54, 8mm fucking Mauser, like what the Germans used to shoot in World War
Some
II.
of them weird Gucci rounds,
Yeah.
the 338 Lapua.
Oh, the
shit.
338
Yeah.
Lapua,
Yeah.
the fucking 454 Magnum, that thing, the
That
fucking
weird shit.
Shaytech 406. Or the,
Now, I
is
remember
that
you
a
used to
Oh,
be
like a
an
silver
FFL for the
6.5
Cura Relics.
Beowulf
Do you
Yeah.
still carry your FFL?
I do not actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I let it lapse because I was going through a move at the time and I
Yeah.
fucking completely forgot to renew it. But
Were you doing transfers and stuff for people, or what were
no,
you
so
using it
it's
for?
mostly my own personal
Just
collection.
personal.
Yeah,
Word-
like what it's
word-
for. Like I like to. I love firearms more so for the fact that they're just kind of really incredible pieces of engineering.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you should see some of the shit that people make around the world, like in South Africa, poachers.
The handmade firearms
Yeah,
and
the
shit. It's
handmade
crazy.
fire-
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, let me use this fucking the pole from your goddamn bathtub that holds up your shower curtain, a shower curtain rod to make like a fucking shotgun barrel, stuff like that. They
literally
really just
holding it in their hand with another piece of pipe with a nail in it.
Yeah.
They put a shotgun shell in the one and then just smack them together.
yeah, like
Boom!
yeah.
Yes.
Jesus.
And,
I've seen it.
'cause that's
on
how
your I've seen it on
that's-
cops.
yeah.
On like live PD, homemade shotguns in the back of people's fucking cars.
Oh fuck yeah.
Like, why do you have this? And it's totally legal.
Yeah.
It's like totally.
No,
it's,
so
it's like totally up,
you're
on the up and
allowed
up.
to allowed to manufacture your own firearm without a serial number, but you can't transfer that firearm.
Yes.
You can't sell it. You can't transfer
That's
it.
why the
you
PA,
can't do anything
we
with
talked
it.
about a couple months ago. We broke down Joe Biden's gun policy from
Oh,
like
yeah.
beginning to end.
Yeah.
And so we talked pretty extensively
Fucking
about like
David Chipman and
P80s
shit.
and like
Oh,
80%
yeah.
lowers and stuff. I got a couple
Yeah.
80%
Oh,
lowers
fuck
at the
yeah.
house. And I caught
Well,
just in case. You
yeah.
know, I haven't built them out or anything. I just have them. You
Yeah.
know. And it's a weird gray area of like oh well ghost guns and blah 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 blah.
Well,
Like this is totally legal. Like
Yeah.
if I want to finish this myself and
Yeah.
buy all the other components,
Well, what
this
the
is
fuck
totally legal.
What's stopping someone like myself who knows how to run machines from getting a CNC
Yes.
mill machine? Because you can get a decent one for like
Couple
40
grand.
40 grand or less, and you can start fucking pumping out your own lower receivers, your own upper fucking receivers. Like, if a criminal got their hands on that kind of equipment and they already had the knowledge and experience
And you
to
could
do
just buy
so,
one.
Yeah.
you could
just
just
buy one.
you just fucking make them yourself.
You just
That's
have to have the
why
money.
it's not a felony under federal law to make your own firearm.
I'm asking myself now, like, why aren't we like starting a gun manufacturing
Yeah,
company?
right.
Because when you
Well,
look
'cause
at
right
it,
now the
especially
materials are
in
fucked.
the PNW, yeah,
Yeah.
but like there are a dozen like private gun manufacturers that live like in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
They all
Yeah.
have these little mom and pop
Oh,
shop
yeah.
like companies.
Very
and they mill these
popular
things
here,
out.
which I didn't
Yeah.
know, but a lot of small times arm dealers.
Arms
you can-
dealers,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
Because that's what they are.
Technically what
Arms
they
dealers,
are.
that
Yeah.
you can get, especially like
love that
custom,
term.
Yeah.
especially custom built shit. You
Oh,
know,
fuck yeah.
Because it's all a lot of hand
Yeah,
machine.
I know.
You
Well,
things like that.
I know
Have you
a
shown him
machine
your
shop.
your back plate on your?
I know
'Cause
we-
it's
we-
dope
he
as
looked at
fuck.
it.
Oh yeah, the
The,
Moan,
yeah.
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 Abe, I always
So
forget
dope.
what it's called.
Molon Lee.
Yeah.
Molan Lab.
Yeah. That was
Um,
like one of the, I think like the first thing I bought
But-
for this. It's
Yeah,
and
I
other
think
than
so.
this, it's a stock lock. I think I changed out the trigger bar, so there's like a slightly lighter
Oh yeah.
trigger in it. But that's
Oh
the
yeah, no,
only thing,
on
you
my
know?
Glock I got an Orange County custom trigger, so it has a pre-travel adjustment, so you can literally have this thing as soon as you start pulling it, it'll fucking go.
Really?
Yeah, and then it also swapped out the trigger spring in there for a 3.5 pound ghost trigger.
That's exactly
Yeah.
I bought the ghost bar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, the ghost bar. Yeah, and it has like little cutouts so that it
Just
keeps it a little bit nicer. Yeah.
And you can feel it made
Yes.
it made the pull on my slide more stiff, but the trigger pull itself,
Yeah.
you can feel the
Juicy.
difference between the 5.5 and the 3.5.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like it would be, but
And it's super easy to swap. I can rip apart that gun right now.
like
Like
5 minutes. Yeah.
yeah, like
It's nothing.
I could I can pull the extractor out, like all the guts out of the fucking slide, all the guts out of the thing. It's just pins. It's all fucking pins.
It's all just
a couple
pins and
of
springs, right?
Yeah.
Dude, actually, I read a book. My dad got me a book about Gaston Glock, who's he's an Austrian guy, and his company.
That was his
literally-
name, Gaston Clark.
No, he's still alive.
Also,
he's still in
his
charge of his
wife
company.
Is a fucking dime piece.
Oh yeah.
I'm googling this
Dude,
right now.
Because dear God, she does all this. Like, he doesn't ever appear like ever.
Oh yeah, no,
He
he's
just
kind of
stays-
reclusive. Yeah.
Yeah, but his
He's-
wife, whenever they make a social media post for an anniversary or something, his wife is on it.
It's the second
She's-
thing that comes up when I Google
Dude.
Gaston Glock space wife.
Yeah.
His wife is a dime piece.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God. I mean,
Here, show us.
she's an older gal.
Let's see.
But let's go to the imagery here.
Oh yeah. But no, so this guy used to make door fittings in his fucking factory behind his house, as well as knives for the Austrian army.
Right there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she's a silver fox
No,
at
you-
this point.
You
but
can do a lot fucking worse. I'll tell
No,
you that.
that's what she
Fuck's
looks like
sake.
now.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, that's what she looks like now.
Wild.
She's a dime.
That guy could do
No
a,
silver fox,
Yeah, no,
she's done.
I'm
What
saying
a-
you could do a
what a
lot fucking
badass
worse.
looking
Oh,
dude.
You
yeah.
could do a lot
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
worse.
Good for him.
But no, so Gaston Glock, he used to make knives for the army. I actually have a Glock knife
That's
that I
dope.
carry on my web gear.
Who
It's
the fuck's
fucking
she
awesome.
hanging out with?
Oh,
That looks like John
John
Travolta.
Travolta, baby.
He looks like a fucking
Scientologist
pit
number
bull.
one. He looks like a robot.
I gotta
Yeah.
imagine, even if you're super famous and you're saying that you hate guns, you have hella guns.
Yeah.
Or
you got to.
I mean, you also have fucking security guards that have guns.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers, like we can't
My
afford security
security.
guards with guns.
Fucking that thing. What was her name? Corey Bush, I think it was. She's been doing all this stuff about like the eviction moratorium and
Yeah.
stuff like this, right? And she had this like long diatribe the other day about like how like she has private security, blah blah blah. She gets to do all this stuff. Like I'm gonna do
Oh,
this.
yeah.
It's all about me, blah blah blah. I get my own private security. I'm like, but you're paying for it with taxpayer money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so but yeah.
Where the
hashtag
fuck's
defund the
my
police, bro.
security guard?
That's like-
Where's my armed security?
Yeah.
We've spoken many a time about
Why do you
when,
get that luxury and I don't?
when
Go
Amen.
fuck yourself.
When Jay Inslee, our governor, ran for president.
Oh,
Right?
jeez.
He is the
He
biggest piece of
spent-
fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
Over
Wow,
a-
dude.
He spent
Gina
over $1 million.
Raimondo, let me tell you about
Over
her.
a million.
Over $1 million on state patrol, private security, overtime, hotel stays for his own presidential bid.
Oh,
Taxpayer money. and
Dude, no one
never
wants to
paid the
fucking-
money back.
dude.
Yep.
No one cares.
Nobody
No
cares.
one-
No one.
No
gives
one
a
cares
fuck.
enough to
cares.
fucking want to attack you because you're a low-level piece of fucking government shit.
$1.5
So,
million of
Get off
taxpayer
your
money
fucking
he
high
spent
horse,
on
you-
private security.
dude,
for
get the
state
fuck off your
troopers.
high
For
horse.
state troopers.
Dude, there's probably dog shit that's more important than this guy.
But he would.
Oh, yeah,
he would
definitely.
ban semi-automatic weapons like that.
Yeah.
if
In
he
a
had the chance.
heartbeat.
Oh fuck yeah!
Like
Because those are the
fucking
kind of
that,
people who are they're like, I'm fucking entitled. I'm going to make the world better, and it's like, no, you don't understand the fucking.
I'm gonna fix climate change.
No, yeah, no.
Okay,
The reason why I don't like these fucking rich politicians is because they're so fucking out of touch with reality and
Hard,
what
yeah.
life is really like for the rest of us.
And we saw this
You
shit
live
with
a
AOC,
privileged
man.
fucking life, so
When-
shut your mouth.
When she finally got elected and she became representative of all this stuff, I mean, like,
Oh, this is
within,
AOC?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she
Moved to
fucking
DC.
yes,
asked
yeah.
for pay raises.
Bro, within 6 months,
entitled.
she had to become
entitled.
an elite.
Yeah.
Within 6 fucking
Dude,
months.
now she's entitled.
Yes.
She's totally fucking entitled.
She's the
She's
worst.
literally
I fucking
threw
hate
away her fucking like grassroots fucking
Oh, yeah.
politician bullshit
She don't
because
care.
she wants money.
And it's
That's all.
just
That's what anyone fucking wants is money. And
one of those
That's what I want
things-
too.
Yeah.
And
one of the
I
things
don't blame
find-
them in a way.
oh yeah, but at the
don't be a
same
fucking
time,
hypocrite
yeah,
about it.
don't be a fucking. You lose credibility in my eyes like that.
One of the things I find so interesting about it, right, is if we didn't live in the social media age,
Oh, yeah.
her ability to maintain that image of fighter for the progressive left would
yeah.
be gone already.
Yeah.
Because
Gone.
for here, for people who are,
Yeah.
pay any even lower, just under the surface attention to what's going on,
Yeah.
you recognize. So you just gave up your whole everything you ran on
Yeah.
because you're here.
Well, yeah,
You
no
made
shit.
it.
You made
Now,
it. Now you
immediately
sold
it's
out.
out the
Oh
window.
no! And now you can make social media to make yourself look like
Exactly.
you're still fighting for the cause.
Because she's on social media,
yeah, and that's why
how she
social
runs.
media is so fucking
Yes.
destructive. But it
She
also
still has a following of thousands of people that believe that she still is holding on to these core values.
Yeah, and
when
it's
we're on the
like-
podcast, we're like, she just asked for more money.
yeah.
She just asked for more money.
She just said
She doesn't give a
should get
fuck
more
about
dollars.
you. She
Yeah.
wants her Tommy Hilfiger. She wants her fucking Prada, whatever.
No, she
She
doesn't
wants
give
to
a
dress like Nancy Pelosi.
She
Who's,
wants to virtue signal and be on social
Yeah.
media about how terrible things are and bitch about other people on Twitter and
like
then go back
no,
to her DC apartment
that's
and
why
do
I
whatever she
fucking
wants.
hate Jeff Bezos because I believe in billionaires. I believe in privatization because I'm a libertarian. If you want to have fucking money, make that money. Use capitalism for everything that it is, which is a self-regulated market.
Yeah.
You know? And the market is very good at regulating itself. It's when the government starts sticking its greasy, fucking dirty paws in there and starts charging taxes because they want their cut. They start adding regulations because when I got fucked over this one time on this deal because I was being stupid and didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I have heard a theory amongst
Theories.
libertarian social media, and I'll press Larry with this when he comes in too.
Oh, fuck.
That all
Flying
monopoly.
parrot after all. My coaster's the blue parrot, and apparently it likes to fly
Yes.
into my lap.
It's just an idea, so this is not by any means my ideology, but there's a libertarian ideology
Yeah.
that monopoly wouldn't exist without government intervention. You know, and I think that it's an interesting idea to play with,
Yeah.
regardless of anything else.
Well, because
you know?
certain regulations keep certain businesses from growing.
Certainly.
Like small-time businesses can't make the jump to a more intermediary level business to, Fortune fucking 500 business. They're fucking literally small businesses. You were telling me the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Small
There's
businesses
a
get
threshold
fucking
that you
slammed by
cross.
taxes, and it's like,
At like per employee, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like how many employees you have. You cross a certain threshold,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden your entire regulatory burden, your entire tax
Yeah.
burden completely shifts,
yeah.
and you might not be able to make it if you try to get beyond that point at that one
And
point.
so it's a fucking hustle. The government creates this giant fucking hustle that everyone has to pay into in order to fucking go anywhere. And that's
certainly
why,
through regulation,
And taxation.
incentivization,
Yeah.
taxation through various different means.
Yeah.
They're inhibiting some companies, they're promoting other companies.
yeah, and it's like
government contracts.
the
things
government's
like this.
too fucking involved
Yeah.
in the market.
No, absolutely.
You know?
And I was listening to something on the way here. It was just a local politics station.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what the dude's name was, but he's on the same station as Dory Monson, who's like
Okay.
very popular.
Yeah,
And he's their economist or whatever fucking station it was, and he
Okay.
was saying it's so interesting that we talk about this. He said he doesn't foresee a future in America in which the Fed is not involved in the market in some way.
Yeah. Which is fucking
I don't
bullshit.
foresee that future either.
Which
Yeah.
I
Just
find
because of
very
where we're at.
interesting, You know,
Yeah.
and I was also listening to some podcast yesterday. It was Start Here, I think, or Up First, something like that. And they were talking about Joe Manchin had just written a letter to what's the name of the chair of the Fed?
Janet Yellen.
Nope.
No?
Nope. She's Secretary of the Treasury. The head of the
Oh.
Fed is. It starts with a J. Jerome Powell.
Jerome
Yeah,
Powell.
so-
yes.
Joe Manchin,
The fucking
who is
Federal
senator,
Reserve, bro.
the Democratic senator from
Centralized banking, baby.
From
like why we came here in the
West
first place to get
Virginia.
away from.
wrote a letter to Jerome Powell begging him to continue the Fed's policy of purchasing bonds from banks so that because his concern is of massive inflation.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So then I started to think about this, what he's saying, and I said, he's asking the Fed to continue to buy debt from the banks, American debt from the banks, so that our country doesn't go under.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
is what he's asking for. And the idea that our federal bank that we've created, right,
Yeah.
that we just decided existed
Yeah,
one
this is
day,
the thing.
is
Yeah.
now keeping our country afloat by purchasing our own debt.
That
is
makes
one of the
no
most-
fucking
One
sense.
of the
It's
most
ludicrous.
concepts I have
Yep.
ever conceived, ever pondered in my whole entire life. It is literally a snake eating its own tail.
Yeah.
You are purchasing your own debt
You're gonna fucking kill yourself.
on
eventually.
a dollar based in nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
based in no physical attribute, no anything.
If
It's
you go to
based
the
on
the Fort Knox vaults, they're probably fucking just mothballs in there by now.
I can't imagine they have a bunch of gold in there.
No,
I
because
can't imagine.
You're saying
You know what?
the value of this dollar.
They sold off a lot of gold and fucking silver for war efforts, and then the military was supposed to fucking give it all back and pay it all back. But guess what?
Steal it all
They
back.
fucking didn't.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing right now. The United States government is liquidating as many assets as they possibly can at this point to try to pay off the debt because Congress hasn't raised the debt ceiling.
Nope.
And at this point, they fucking need to
Yeah.
very seriously. Otherwise, we are going to, for the first time in existence, default on our debt.
And that's why in the new infrastructure package, one of the
Yes.
big, I don't remember the term they're using, but it's
I haven't
selling
really
off
looked
old
into that,
infrastructure.
but yeah.
You know, that's part. They just, I think maybe today or yesterday, the Senate agreed to move forward.
Can I bring this up while we're talking about infrastructure? Real
Yes.
quick, just a quick thing.
Yes.
So with all these fucking Teslas and electric vehicles that everyone's fucking pushing, when you hook up 100 million of these electric cars to our shitty fucking archaic power grid, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Yep.
What do you mean? I thought electric cars were good.
Yeah, right.
I thought this was a good thing.
It just comes out of nowhere. We can just create electricity. And
We
this-
live in America. Don't we
This
just
is a
have
thing.
electricity here? Isn't this just how it works?
Exactly,
Yeah, right?
exactly
Yeah.
my fucking point. Like
All the
you
fucking
need to.
power plants you drive past, all the weird
They're either
facilities
fucking
that are just
coal, diesel-
wires and coils and shit,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, what the fuck is that? That's how you get your power. That's
Yeah.
where it's
That's
from.
where it
You
comes.
like fucking turning on your cell phone. You like fucking watching TV at night. You
Feel how
like
much hotter it is when you drive past that power center than
Yes.
everywhere else that you're at in your
because they're
town.
literally burning fucking wood, coal, oil,
Crazy.
diesel, whatever
Yep.
the fuck they can get their hands on to generate electricity. Fucking, there's hardly any hydroelectricity here. There's hardly any
Yeah.
geothermal electricity
In
here.
Washington, hydroelectricity is not considered a green energy.
What
Yep.
the fuck?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yes, it is.
There's many factors that drive into it. One of them
Yeah.
is the wildlife.
Okay.
The wildlife that gets sucked into the turbines. It's
Oh my
bad for
God.
nature.
Yeah.
It kills
Bad for
too many
nature.
fish and deer that get sucked into the turbines. Is one of the reasons.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
That's why they don't call it
not
green energy.
here.
Yeah.
In Washington State, all these fucking rivers, all this
Well, then
fucking
you
water.
need to, yeah. Well, then you need to come up with a way to fucking mitigate all
Not
these
a green
fucking
energy.
deaths.
And so-
But you can pay more on your energy bill if you
Yeah.
want to come from green energy if you want.
Yeah,
We'll
you
allow
can.
you to pay
Yeah.
more for clean energy
Yeah.
than if you would like to
Oh
just
no,
have
that's
coal
like
or
my
something.
town had a town meeting
fucking
this
crazy.
morning about
That's
whether or
right.
not we should have fucking solar. I didn't get on it because obviously I was hungover as shit
We're
this
definitely
morning.
hungover.
But no, my town wants to. They were like, oh, we have an old dump site, like an old fucking garbage dump, and this company's interested in putting a solar field. And I'm like, what benefit to the town does that have? Because A, they're not going to lower our fucking energy costs. B, they're not going to give us any of that fucking energy. And C, like, what's the environmental impact of that? Like, and
Not
of course
to mention,
they're gonna
like, where
like,
do those solar panels come from?
yeah, indeed.
Because the
China?
vast majority of the solar panels
It's
are
from
created
China.
and manufactured in China.
Not
Yeah.
only in China, in Xinjiang, where
Yeah.
they're fucking housing all of these Uyghur Muslims inside of internment
Yeah.
camps
Yep.
and making them wear fucking tire shoes.
yes.
Dude, and so before we get
And probably-
too far
probably
off track
make
from
solar
this,
panels.
because
Oh, yeah.
there's a point I wanted to hit on this,
Yes.
because you're talking about
Who
we're
even
talking about
knows
the
what we're talking
Fed
about anymore?
and this, that, and the other
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I have a general working theory, and I think it kind of goes along with a lot of other people's thinking on this. Like, the reason that the Fed, the Federal Reserve,
Yes.
is not part of the United States government,
Yeah.
right? The reason that exists is solely for the purpose of being able to prop up the entirety of our currency, the
Oh, yeah.
national economy and stuff like that without affecting the actual federal government.
To supposedly
Yeah.
be independent.
So, like,
Yeah.
the reason that they're so intermingled and intertwined, and we sit there and we talk shit about how the Federal Reserve is a private company because
Yeah.
they're a private company.
Oh, yeah.
And they work hand in glove with the United States government.
Oh yeah,
Because
are you
that's
kidding me?
what
They
drives our
probably
entire
have a
economy.
whole fucking team
But it's
in the
also
government that works
like
specifically with the Fed.
Yeah, but it's also kind of a fail-safe.
Yeah.
Because it allows them the ability to maneuver around things the federal
it also
government can't do.
separates you from
when
money.
we are like to the point where the shit is gonna hit the fan very, very soon, the Fed could be like, well, we're just gonna do this thing so that you guys don't tank our entire country.
it's a loophole to the separation of powers that
Yes.
exists.
Well,
in the
yeah, no.
Constitution.
What it is it's
Yeah.
it's a degree of separation for the government to be like, okay, we're separating ourselves from all this fucking money that we're stealing from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I think that's very interesting that you brought that up, right? Because I think that it starts to lay out a theory. I really think we should dig more in the future of
the government using third-party organizations, administrations
Yeah.
to skirt the limitations of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Right. Another
absolutely.
another amazing example is the CDC
Yep.
in this new moratorium. Right.
The eviction
We're
moratorium.
going to
Yeah.
talk about this extensively when Larry comes
If
on
the
next time.
CDC, if the CDC came over to my house and was like, "Oh, you know, you have to follow these rules," I'd fucking laugh in their face and be like, "You people are a joke. Like, what fucking authority do you have?" Because to me, authority
They have a
is
lot of authority, which
well,
is very surprising.
So
to me,
check this,
real
right?
authority is being able to fucking put something or someone down in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what real true power is having a hold over someone's life.
So I want to remind everybody that when the eviction moratorium was extended the last time,
Yep.
it was done and even ruled on by the Supreme Court, right?
Yes.
In which Brett Kavanaugh wrote the decision, and he said essentially, in not so many words,
Yeah.
we're going to say that it's fine because it's going to be over in a couple of months anyway, and
Yeah.
by that time, the federal government will have figured out, how to distribute this money, and everything will be okay. Come a week ago, in which the eviction moratorium is going to be overturned, and something has to be done, right?
It
The
was
CDC,
like August 1st, I think, right?
August 1st. The CDC then decides that they're going to help extend this moratorium under these two very odd, very, very little known legal codes,
Yeah.
right? In which one of them says that the director of the CDC can do, should they feel that a particular state or territory or county, however, is not handling a particular disease the right way.
Yeah.
The director of the CDC can then seize control and do and say whatever they want, dictate policy, so that they can lead it into the direction that they feel that it needs to go.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it's written in vague
scary.
terms like
Yeah.
this. I can bring it up. So
Well,
that
because
I
the
still
vaguer the
have
better, because you can interpret it however you want.
Precisely.
And then if you get a fucking judge, like a Supreme Court judge, to rule in your favor, now you have a fucking precedence for all cases moving forward.
Let's see. This is.
That's how our legal system works, boys and girls.
Yep.
So wild.
Literally based on someone how they're fucking feeling that day.
Whenever the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention determines that the measures taken by health authorities of any state or possession, including political subdivisions thereof, are insufficient to prevent the spread of any of the communicable diseases from such state or possession to any other state or possession, he/she may take such measures to prevent such spread of the disease as he/she deems reasonably necessary,
What about
including
Yeah.
inspection, fumigation, disinfection, sanitation, pest extermination, and destruction of animals or articles believed to be the sources of infection.
Am I a pest? Am I an infected pest? Like,
Maybe
am I
it
on the
depends.
list?
Might
It
be.
depends on whether or not he or she, director of the CDC, decides so.
Yeah.
Because whatever they reasonably decide should be done, so as to prevent these things spread from one state to another.
Yeah.
If you are
Good old Rochelle Walensky, bro.
in the other half, the other section of this, if you are
These guys are fucking jokesters, the CDC.
if you are reasonably presumed to be infected with the disease, it says,
Yeah.
you can be detained for an undetermined amount of time by the CDC under federal law until
It's
they
so
decide that
jacked.
you are no longer
Yeah.
a danger to
So basically,
the
it's
public.
just like China and fucking the Soviet
Yes.
era of
Yes.
Russia.
It's the
Yes.
same
Yes.
exact thing, except
Yep.
it's codified in fucking black and
and
white.
they don't
Yeah.
even require a fucking test to determine you
Oh, yeah.
are sick with the disease.
Yeah.
If you are reasonably presumed to have the disease,
Yeah.
you can be detained for an undetermined amount of
That's
time
fucked up.
against your will. They can take your property, they can take your home, everything.
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God, that is how the CDC is able to justify an extension of the eviction moratorium.
Oh, yeah.
Under
You didn't
these
just pull
two
that out of
codes
your ass.
law.
Oh,
you
no.
read from the code
From
where that
the
said that.
law.
Oh yeah, I literally watched this guy read it on his phone.
It is insane.
It's terrifying.
But no, that's how they do the fucking great power takeover, because it's
Yep.
all about fucking justification and authorization. And how do we fucking sell this to everyone around us? How do we sell this to our allies? How do we sell this to our own fucking people? How do we polish this fucking great giant turd and sell it to everyone?
Yeah.
And that's why it's so troubling to then see people that we know be
Yeah.
like, listen, the CDC has dollars and resources past, anything I could have. So
They know
I'm,
what they're
I'm,
doing.
I'm going to do what they say.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're the fucking problem.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are we ignoring all the doctors that don't work for the CDC? Who are, I don't know, the vast fucking majority of doctors on the goddamn planet?
Yeah.
We're just going to ignore them. They don't matter because they don't work for the CDC.
Yep.
That's what you're saying to me. That's insanity.
Yeah.
That is literal insanity to continue the same thing over and over again and expect different results.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Oh,
insanity.
yeah.
Unless, of course, and this is good because there's a clip of Joe Rogan from the episode he just did with the Black Rifle Coffee guy
Nice.
that is going around right now, where he talks about this, and it's important to remember this because what they're talking about now is the seizing of power, right?
Oh, yeah,
The
dude, they're trying to
ability
take
for
it at every
unelected
fucking level.
bureaucrats
Yeah.
to just decide that this is the power that we get to take because they're working hand in glove with the executive branch, which
Oh, yeah.
at this point has dictatorial power.
Yeah.
But it is very, very, very important to remember throughout the entire history, this is what Joker was talking about, the entire history of human society, there is only probably one or two cases in grand governmental and societal governance, right,
Yeah.
that did not ultimately culminate in a single dictator.
Oh, yeah.
The United States
Yes.
is one of them.
Yeah.
And like parts of like Roman Republic era times.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, that is the way it has been throughout history.
Yeah, it's
and
always been
America
one
was
fucking
grand,
person.
and it's been this way because we were one of the exceptions to the
Yeah.
fucking rule that you don't need a king.
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
need a single
Well,
on-high dictator to tell everyone exactly how to live their life.
Yeah. It
takes
and we
one
are,
guy-
We
yeah.
are hand and foot giving the power back to the federal government to do that again. And this
Yeah.
is happening as we
Oh,
speak.
fuck yeah.
And
Well,
it
so-
took like... Go
Oh,
ahead.
I was just gonna say the thing about America is like we're doing something that not many cultures have done in the past.
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of different cultures, they're very homogeneous, which means a lot of the same.
Yep.
Like you go to Scandinavia, it's all fucking pale blonde people with blue
Scandinavians,
eyes,
right.
you know, all Scandinavians. Same, you go to Africa, it's all
We were
Africans.
talking about Norway and shit yesterday,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Well,
You know, you go to Ireland, it's all Irish. But like in America, you have all these different cultures, all these different races, all these different genders, all culminating together in this giant mixing pot, and no one wants to fucking give each other the respect that the basic human level of respect that they all deserve. And that's why we have so many fucking issues in this country. That's why there's so much division, because people think that they're entitled to feelings and emotions and all this bullshit that, like, why?
It's not the way
Like,
this is
you're-
supposed to work, man.
Like, why don't you fucking learn about your coworker's culture? Why don't you try and learn this different language from this different culture?
Yep.
Like, learn about food, learn about music, learn about, you know, start digging into these people's lives and being like, hey, I want to learn more.
Yeah. When you think about like the way America is built and how we're kind of made up the giant melting pot, like
Yeah.
we shouldn't just speak English.
No.
We should be the most multilingual country
Yes.
of on the entire planet.
Yeah.
But there's this weird thing going
I
on.
learned fucking Latin in high school. How the fuck is that useful? I mean, I know there's
Exactly,
5
right?
fucking languages which Latin is the base of, and English isn't one of them.
But they call it a dead language for a reason.
Yeah,
No one
exactly.
uses it,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Like, I know we have a lot of
Strange
things
time.
that are in fucking Latin, but like, I could have also taken French or Spanish, but like, they're fucking bullshit courses that don't really teach you much.
Yep.
You're like, I know how to say "esta aquí," but
Esta
I forget
aquí.
what it means.
Yeah.
But then there's the SDK. And
Yeah.
We
And
had a fun thing
your
with that
point of
yesterday.
being the exception to the rule, I think, is important. And one of the reasons it bothers me so much when people on social media, whatever, talk about, like, why are you guys talking about Marxism, you know, and like socialism and stuff like that? Like, because the history of these things are important. Being
Yeah.
the exception to the rule, and when you start to take away from that exception, the uniqueness that is this country, and
Yeah.
lean it towards these things that we've seen go bad
Oh,
literally
yeah.
every time,
Every time.
Every
that
fucking
begs
time.
a discussion. It deserves a discussion, you know?
This
No,
is something I
and it's-
think we should get more into depth with Larry when we do it because I was
Absolutely.
floating this concept the other night.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. We had
Oh,
lots of
so
good talks
many.
the other
Yeah.
day.
Which
But-
one?
The idea that they're, ideologies
Yeah.
is how people choose to. They prescribe
They
like a
subscribe.
specific
They subscribe to a certain train of thought.
a
certain
specific set of
lifestyle. They s-
rules and ethics and
Yeah.
things like that, and how they live their life. But there is one ideology out there that is not society centric. It's not human centric.
Yeah.
It's government centric.
Oh yeah.
And that is everything that is stemmed from Marxism, communism,
Yeah.
socialism. That is an ideology that is based in government,
Yeah.
which is not human.
You shouldn't idolize
Humans
your
make up government,
Yeah.
but government itself is not human. All other ideologies out there, the good, the bad, whatever, they revolve around the human,
Yeah.
right? And
I
it's
don't-
how you choose to
I
live
don't
your life.
idolize other
But that
human
ideology
beings.
is
Right.
based
Because-
solely in government and power, and that is a serious fucking problem.
Yeah. Well,
we go ahead.
No, you go.
We talked about that even when we were talking about Superman Red Sun. Right?
Yes!
Right, and that's as weird as that is, right? In Superman Red Sun, when he it's so random, but when Superman, I don't know if you remember us talking about this, but in Superman Red Sun is the story of if Superman was born in the Soviet Union instead of the United States, right?
Wild.
Like legit Soviet Union.
Shit.
And when he discovers his powers, getting picked on, and he like beats the shit out of these kids and then like flies up, right?
Yeah.
And he's down, he's defending this girl, and the first thing she says is, "You need to give these powers to the state." And it was when I heard that, like my heart sank, and I was like, "That's
yeah.
the craziest thing." She's fucking like 9.
Yeah.
And it's so deeply embedded in her that you have to give these powers to the state.
Yeah.
These things only one person on the whole planet is endowed with.
Yeah.
You. You have to give these to the state. These powers belong to the state.
Yeah.
You're a fucking alien. Your powers belong to the state.
Yeah.
That's a crazy mindset to
No,
be in.
I always say.
You can breed children into it.
Oh, yeah.
This doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, no.
Belongs
It's
to the
mass
state.
brainwashing. I mean, look at North Korea.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
dude.
great fucking leader.
It's insanity, bro.
What's that lady's name?
Yumi,
Pun
yeah.
Park or something like that.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
been making the rounds on all
She
the
was just
different
on
podcasts.
JRE
and
last week.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was a defector from North Korea, right?
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
very vocal about
yeah.
against North Korea
Had her
and
kid
how
here.
yeah. how great America is compared to there.
Yeah, man.
and it's
You've
just
never felt like so lucky
yes,
to just be born in the country that we were born
Seriously,
in
yeah.
until you listen to her story about this shit.
Dude,
it is the most like life affirming, life altering stuff you can hear, and it's just like this is happening right fucking now, not that far away from us. People are born
yeah.
into a concentration camp nation.
Dude,
Yeah.
so my sister's fiance, his family, him and his family, they're from Afghanistan. They fled from the Russians as refugees, and they came to America
crazy.
They're
because
the Mujahideen days.
yeah, dude, they literally came over from Afghanistan to flee the Russian
That's
regime.
fucking crazy.
Yes.
And they came to America because they wanted a better life, and that makes me so fucking sad because
And
their
then we
home was
fucking
literally
invade
fucking
Afghanistan.
torn away from
That's
them.
insane.
Yeah.
It
That
fucking
is
makes me
fucked.
wanna fucking cry because
That's
they had
fucked.
they're the nicest fucking people in the world.
Yep.
Like, and it makes me want to cry because
That's fucked.
and
It's
I
so
and I
bad.
don't like crying. I get all emotional speaking about it because like they had their home literally fucking torn away, just like all the Syrian refugees. Like, cut these fucking people a break. They literally had fucking ISIS shelling their fucking cities.
Yep.
Give these people a fucking break. They need a hand.
Yep.
That's what we're supposed to be fucking doing, but we're fucking
Especially when you think
bitching about
the fact that,
ourselves.
like, more or less, we created ISIS.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
It is fucked up. Like, this is what happens when you fucking meddle in other people's politics and countries and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Leave
get
the
your
fuck alone,
fucking
man.
hand out of their pot. Those aren't your cookies.
Yeah.
You're not entitled to them.
I
I
have
can't
one
believe it's
more-
almost 4:30.
I have one more point
Yeah.
I want to make about
Oh, yeah.
the uniques of America, and
Absolutely.
then we can close or move on or whatever.
And I do want to
Yeah,
say
you gotta
one
start
thing
cooking.
about communism.
So we'll
Okay.
we'll make our closing thoughts. How about that?
Perfect.
Right?
Yes.
So
I like
the
it.
uniques of America, right? At its founding, when George Washington is at the point where he's going to become the first president, I feel like it's so easy to forget, and so many people do. He was literally offered the opportunity to be king.
Yep.
They literally offered him the opportunity to be king, and he said no. It was the decision of one man
One dude.
that who set the precedent that has carried from then.
Yeah.
We don't have kings; we have presidents who serve 4 terms, and the end of his
4 years.
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
They
At the
didn't
end-
have terms until after World War II.
Right.
Yeah.
Roosevelt, I
Eisenhower.
think.
It was just that
Yeah.
George Washington was done. He tapped
Yeah.
out, right?
Right.
So at the end of his
I don't
time,
fucking blame him either.
and again, the same precedent set when at the end of his terms, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Goes to Adams after this. I'm done. I don't need
Yeah.
it.
That was
I
a
don't want
first
to
in
continue to
history.
rule until
Yeah.
I'm dead. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done being the
Because
president.
who the fuck wants to do that? Like, you can. I always say, like, if you look at like a chemical reaction, the energy always wants to go to the lowest fucking possible point.
Yep.
And you know what? With everything, you're gonna reach a point where you're literally just out of fucking steam and you just can't go anymore.
And and to that point, right? The Secretary of the Treasury under George Washington was Alexander Hamilton,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
whose very
Started Coast Guard.
ideology of establishing a national bank is to then establish a national debt.
We need to take on the biggest debt possible, right? So his idea at the time is let's, as a country, take on all of the wartime debt from all of the individual states that helped fight this Revolutionary War, right? Think of how easy it would have been. And just a few terms later, I believe you know what I'm saying? It's how easy it would have been for the ideology to be so fucking different.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
It is the
We
will.
were so lucky.
Yeah.
It is the will of man that keeps this country where it is at now.
Yes.
And if the will falters to Marxism, to socialism, to communism, to whatever, we're fucking done.
And
It is the will of man that preserves this country.
But also, the laws of nature and the laws of the cosmos are far greater than the laws of man, because when the laws of nature and the laws of the cosmos come to fucking collect on what we owe, whatever you can fucking yell at the sun and tell it, no, you can't implode or whatever the fuck, you can't destroy our universe. But yeah, you know what? Doesn't fucking matter. Kiss your ass goodbye. So that's why I'm always like, don't take life too seriously. It's not like you're gonna get out alive.
Do you know what, Jordan? I forgot about this. Last weekend we went camping, right? Me, my wife, my son, and Colin were with us.
Yeah.
We're all hanging out when it was just the three boys, just me and you and Dax on the way. We saw that red frog.
Yes.
Right?
Ooh,
And then when
nice.
Jordan came down, we couldn't fucking find it. Disappeared. Jordan looked up the meaning of this red frog, right? So a frog has to do with like growth. Right?
Okay.
Because it comes from a tadpole to
Yeah,
a frog.
yeah.
So it's growth.
That's
So
a
when you
very
see
important stage in a frog's evolution.
Exactly. So seeing a frog is emblematic of reaching your goals. You will
Nice.
arrive here,
Oh,
right?
nice.
A red frog specifically has to do with life goals, like
Oh, shit,
deep
yeah.
life goals,
Nice.
trials, tribulations,
Nice.
difficulties that
Yeah.
you overcome to come to this point.
Ooh, very good.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we saw the frog by ourselves,
Yep.
and when my wife came down to the water, we
Yeah.
couldn't fucking find it. We were
Yeah.
down on the
The
river,
same
just
exact
on the
spot.
shore of the
Oh,
river.
shit.
The frog
the
dipped.
frog curled up to make itself look like a rock and hide because I touched it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fucking touched the frog and it hit. Didn't move. We stared at it for almost 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't move. The moment Jordan came down, we turned around and said hi to her, turned back around,
Frog's
couldn't
Yeah.
fucking find the frog.
Mystically just
Didn't even
disappeared.
move. Couldn't find the fucking frog.
Yeah, no, there's things in this universe that no one will ever be able to explain.
We also didn't see another red frog the whole time. That we were
Yeah.
there. It was
Look,
literally
every
the
time.
only
Yeah.
frog we saw the whole time.
Well,
we were there.
I heard this fucking great quote from this guy. I don't know. I think he might have been a physicist or something. And he said, "I'd rather have questions I don't know the answer to than answers that can't be questioned."
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Hard yes.
Yeah.
I
Like-
man after my own spirit
Yeah,
right here.
like if someone ever tells you you don't need to fucking know that, yeah, the fuck you need. Yeah, you do need to fucking know that. Like that's someone trying to literally fucking hold power over you.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
I
worry
hate.
about it.
Don't worry
But-
about it. Fuck you. Don't
Yeah.
worry about
Exactly.
it. Tell me, bitch.
Yeah, fucking tell me. Don't fucking tell me. Don't worry about it. That means I need to worry about it because
Yeah.
you're
Amen.
fucking trying to do some shady shit.
Yep. All right, I want to hear your thoughts on communism.
Oh, so my little fucking I have this little analogy I came up with about communism, socialism, Marxism, all that shit wrapped
It's all
into
the same,
one.
right?
It is a giant machine,
At its core.
and
Yep.
we as people are its fucking fuel. It'll literally take you in, burn you up, crush you, fucking destroy you, and spit you out in the name of self-preservation.
Yeah. That's because
Look at how
communism is all about the whole.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
no room for the individual.
No. Look at how the Soviets handled Chernobyl. They literally were like, "Oh, hey miners, hey people, hey soldiers, you literally have to go into a radioactive infested waste zone
For the motherland.
For the motherland.
Yep.
You'll be paid triple your salary, which was like 900 fucking rubles, which is like
For
jack
now.
shit.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until
For
you
now.
die.
And then we're just gonna take it all back anyway because you're probably gonna fucking die anyway, and we know that we're gonna like. There was, I think, in that if you ever watched the Chernobyl show, which I know is
we
like
just talked about it.
which
not
is like
long
a
ago.
it's a dramatization of the actual events. So obviously not everything is true. There's obviously some embellishment for film theatrical essence and whatnot. But like there was one scene where the head guy was like, we may have to kill 10 men, and fucking Mikhail Gorbachev, I think it was like,
Yep.
then fucking do it
Then do
and
it.
send these men to their
Yes.
death.
Yep. Who
Like
cares about
he's
them?
he
for the
didn't
greater good.
They're
fucking
just resources.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that's all you are
Numbers.
is a fucking resource and a cash cow. You are literally nothing more than fucking livestock in a communist or socialist society. You're
Yep.
there to provide services, resources, whatever the fucking government says they need from you.
At least in a country like this, in a republic, in a democracy, your right to defend yourself is enshrined.
Yes.
Your right to
For now.
self
Yeah.
is enshrined.
No,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
fucking those are the rules of nature. You have the right to defend yourself in nature.
Yep.
There's no authority in nature, fucking divine or not, that says that you cannot defend yourself from
And
a predator.
And we don't have claws or sharp teeth,
Yeah.
man. We are
Yeah.
soft little fucking meat
Yeah,
sacks.
dude,
We're
we are.
chewed
We
up
have-
by everything.
yeah.
that
It only
does.
takes like what, 4 pounds of pressure to pierce skin or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
We
It
make
ain't
meat
much.
sack
No.
laws for a reason.
Yes.
Bears are fine. They'll lick
Yeah.
that shit. They'll be fine.
Like-
You
well,
will
like,
bleed out.
we're
no challenge.
The only reason we're an apex species is because we have the intelligence to utilize implementations and implements to fucking get whatever we need done.
Yep.
You need to hunt an animal so that you can consume it for sustenance.
Yep.
Bang. Or
Gone.
fucking use your literal fucking stick and
Bow
piece
skis.
of string to shoot another fucking stick and a rock with a bird feather that you found on the fucking
That's-
ground.
I love that analogy.
Like, that's all it is the ability to stick things together and fucking use them to make your life better. That's what being an
Yeah.
intelligent being is.
That's
Is
healthy.
being able to utilize the world around you for better enrichment of your life.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing thoughts, Colin?
There's so many. This is the problem. This has been.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna close with this. This has been. I don't want to say a surprise because I knew this was gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
I've been probing Puppet Nail since you got here. I'm like,
shit,
this
yeah.
is gonna be. This is gonna
I'm
be
easy to
toasty. This
probe,
is gonna be
'cause I'll just tell you
fantastic. You
straight
guys are
up.
gonna get along great.
Easy to
Yeah.
probe. I just
But-
assume the position and
Exactly.
we get going.
Yeah.
Done.
Dude,
But
I'm
this
a
has
very
been
easygoing
fucking
guy.
great. This is for a going in. This is not a show prep show.
No.
This is just us coming in,
I
kicking
had
in,
some
chatting.
questions and that was
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, no, I haven't even seen these questions. I literally met you probably about 20 minutes prior
Right.
to this filming. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit because I had to pee a lot.
Yeah,
because,
well,
you know,
yeah,
like,
and I
that's
had to go.
whatever, but-
I had to make a phone call because
Yep.
I'm meeting up with some friends tomorrow in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But no, this has been great.
yeah.
I don't
No,
know
I
what we're
feel
gonna call
really-
this thing yet, but whatever it is, I am
Special
just
Special
so
release.
yeah,
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
edition, baby. Salt and
Special
Street special
edition
edition.
release,
This has
yeah.
been great. I love
Yeah,
both
no,
you
this
fucking
is-
guys.
I
This
feel
has
very
been a
honored.
great conversation.
I feel very honored to be here with you, gentlemen.
Happy to
talking
have
about
you
this
here.
stuff. Yeah.
I'm so jet for fucking
We'll have to
2.5
start a group
days,
chat.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
You
gotta
use
get you on
use
Signal, bro.
Right?
What's that?
Use Signal.
What's Signal?
Amen. Yeah, we're gonna introduce
Oh,
some Signal
Signal,
tonight.
Signal's a fully encrypted messaging application,
shit,
bro. You
yeah.
gotta get on Signal.
Government's
Fuck
trying to
yeah.
shut it down
Yeah.
because they can't get at
Yeah,
that
government
shit.
hates this shit.
Nice.
Get on
It's
Signal,
so
bro.
good.
Oh fuck yeah!
Exactly.
Let's get
So
her on.
dope.
Let's get her
Signal's
going.
fully encrypted. It's dope. That's the only way I
Nice.
communicate with like really anybody.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I anybody that I talk to
Dude,
regularly,
nice.
I'm like, hey, you should fuck with Signal. Like,
I
I don't
text,
really,
like-
you should get Signal,
Yeah.
even if it's just to talk to me. You
Yep.
should get Signal.
Regular SMS like stuff. I talk to like my mom
Oh yeah.
and like I work contacts and stuff like that. That's it. But like all my personal shit's all on Signal now.
I did my
fuck
draft.
yeah.
Got
over
everybody, what's
text.
up?
My
Dude,
fantasy
you know what though?
draft.
That's the way it should be. The fucking government and all these private court. I've been reading news. I read a lot of news articles
Yes, you
every
do.
single fucking day. I read as many as I can get my hands on. But I've been reading a lot about how Google and Facebook have been fucking firing employees for literally stalking other people's of their fucking users using personal information. Fucking
'Cause they
live
got
location
access.
tracking, fucking reading their messages, looking at their fucking pictures, like literally cyber stalk. Like Google let fucking 80 people go who were found to do that. Like that they found out were literally tracking other
That's
How
like,
is
people.
that
that's like
not
the
criminal?
cannibal cop.
Yeah.
You know, the cop. Have you ever heard about this? There was a police officer in New York. Couldn't tell you exactly where, but in New York, and he used police resources to
Oh,
find
yeah.
a woman on the internet. He did not kill her and eat her, but he plotted to kill and eat this woman. Like talked to her on
Jesus.
chat rooms, like all this stuff. Accessed police databases to
Yeah.
find her address.
That's
go to
why
her
I
house.
think these
did
databases are
everything
so
up
fucking
to
dangerous.
killing and eating her.
Oh my
A
god.
pregnant woman. And so then there's this whole, fucking court case of like, do we arrest this guy? Did he do anything wrong? Did he
Yeah.
fucking never? The only thing he got in trouble for is just misusing police databases.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's all he got arrested. That's all he got
That's
hemmed up
so
for.
wild.
Yes.
I feel like,
But,
I
like-
just heard people come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should probably check out.
To
Oh,
your
fuck
same
yeah.
vein, as
Word.
we leave, Apple just announced over the last week, we're going to start scanning people's phones to make sure they don't have child porn in their pictures. I'm sorry, what? So that's the only thing you're going to see is whether or not I have a picture of child abuse imagery. That's the only thing that you're going
Yeah,
to see.
it's the only thing you're
Whether or
gonna
not I
see?
have that. That's it, right?
Yeah.
It's just that because you've developed an AI that's so advanced, it only sees child abuse imagery. That's all that it sees.
Yeah.
Yeah fucking right.
Bullshit.
Get rid of your iPhones, bitch.
Yeah.
Get rid of your iPhones.
We're out of here.
Peace out,
Alright.
Girl Scout.
Goodbye, everybody. We will see you when we see you.
Fuck yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.